I'm glad that you asked that question. No. Have you said that so I can disprove that line? I hope you have. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Yeah,
Doxing discourse. No. Thank you for asking that. Thank you for asking that. This is perfect.
Post this in general. We have some screenshots.
Post it. Yes. Oh, you're about to find out that this is from. Guess I was Nicholas Diorio stream. Yeah. As he was doing this, he said, "Can someone please go and make an AI country version of this speech?" And then the guy. Now, if you click the link I sent you and you read the comments, okay, not only is the author saying stuff like, "Did you make this during the stream?" And he's like, "Yes, Oreo requested this and I obliged." Like, this is an AI generated song, and it's good. I'm gonna say it. The first half at least is good. It's decent quality. I wouldn't know. Like, if you superimposed an AI woman singing this, I'm not sure that I would fucking know. But then again, I'm not a trained musician with 4 guitar-looking devices behind me with green and pink neon lights.
Excuse me,
accenting them. So
I'll have you find this guitar is vibrate only. Okay, look, and you can tell very clearly from the. You can see my camera on stream right now. You can tell very clearly from the model that all it really does is it feeds the fish. I don't know. Controls my television.
I feel like that model might actually have a non-vibrate function. Like, it might be like some sort of electrical pickups. Can I see the bottom end of that device? Is there any tape on there?
What's your position on Gaza, fucking lunatic?
Oh, sorry. I'm focused on the wrong thing.
Okay.
Listen, it's just 100K. It bothers me because people are my side, like Democrats. They're so like, do you know how disillusioning this is to just see like people that are supposed to be on the right side? I don't mean like the right side, but like the correct side of the aisle, just willing to like overlook insane, like just evidence in front of you, just totally willing to overlook every part of this. And it's not like it's up for interpretation. If this was a dog like getting abused on camera, and it's like, I met the dog and the dog's fine, or a woman getting abused on camera, like I wonder if they would be like, I sat with Jennifer. She never once complained about getting beaten by her husband. They were always so happy together. It's like, is this really what the line you want to go with?
Yeah, but what's happening? Like, obviously, the expected loyalists are going to do the loyalist thing the same way that would happen if it were MAGA. Have there been people who are like still Democrat friendly who have taken Hassan's side on this, or who have actually like tried to push some bullshit? Because Taylor Lorenz is not like Democrat, right? She's like basically a fucking agitator. Like, her entire job is to trigger people by being a shameless hack fuck.
I think like it's surprising to me no one's made a really good actual proper like content nuke on Taylor Lorenz. That's something that I think needs to happen. Because like Taylor Lorenz, Mercante, some of the Kotaku journalists, like these guys are all like they're a propaganda wing of the Hassan Liberation Front. I don't know what to say. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed. Has there been normal Democrats that have come out against us? I don't think so. I think they're all afraid of saying anything. Like, I'm pretty sure that the clip, do you remember the clip of the 2 podcasters, and one of them was like, I am so topical. We topic up. Like, it was like a kind of a funny thing. And they brought it up. Like, I think they got a lot of shit for that from Hassan's community. So it's like, do you want to be, if you are a Democrat, and those guys are definitely like Democratic leaning people, like, do you really want to come out and like throw yourself under the fucking bus like big time? I don't think so.
Yeah, but I guess like, so maybe 2 reasons. One, maybe Democrats, like I know advocates or politicians maybe just aren't going to talk about like this because it's not even a political issue. It's a political streamer. But if you're talking about Democrats who are like content creators, not speaking about it, one will definitely be fear of harassment for sure, because Hassan's community are just like that. I remember being a fairly small streamer, and like the first time I actually distinctly remember the first time that it was like a big panel, like all the Chud Logic people and all that. Like, it was about Hassan crashing out at that trans person over the Christian Walker debate. Yeah, I remember distinctly feeling like very, very like unsure or like a bit hesitant about actually saying something bad about what Hassan had done, because like even then, like you knew there's a very good understanding from chatters or from Twitter users or whatever that like you shouldn't cross this person. Like it's very, everyone knows that exists. But it might also just be that if people are being quiet because of that, it's probably just because they want to feel things out and see how it goes, see actually if he gets away with it or not, or if any like narrative change happens.
I don't know if what more could possibly happen at this point, like because he's just saying "nuh-uh" right now, right? He's like "nuh-uh," and then moving on. Like, what more can happen when you have all of the evidence in front of us that's there? Because there is no explanation, right? Like the explanation is kind of one that someone posted a while back, which is like, yes, I did buy the shocking collar model. I didn't say it because I knew you guys were going to go crazy, just like you're doing it right now. As soon as I bought it, I removed the prongs because I did not want to have this. I didn't want to use it for that. It was the only one that was available at the store at the time. So I bought it. I removed the prongs. I covered it up with tape. So yes, you caught me. That's why I did. I've never shocked my dog. I did this because it was the only one available. Like that would be the expected response, but he won't even do that because he backed himself into a corner by saying the dog wasn't even wearing the collar on that day. So now it's you can't even do that, I think. I don't know. I don't know if there's any evidence possible to prove to people at all that this is not okay, right? Like, is there anything that you think could make, let's say, a loyalist change their mind? What would it take?
I think you seem to live in this world where you think like, I don't know, you seem to act like when Trump got caught with the grabber by the pussy shit. And there was a very much a feeling among Democrats, especially Hillary Clinton, the way she was acting after that happened was very much like, we got him. There's no way he's going to make it out of this pickle. And obviously he does. And he's done a million worse things than that ever since, right? I think because people who have certain positions or certain loyalties or certain ideological stances, like reality doesn't come first for a lot of people. Like reality is kind of like secondary to an ideological stance or a political position or a partisan position. And some people who become very committed to that ideological or parasocial or whatever position will actually go so far that reality is actually there to get fucked in aid of propaganda or like in aid of a parasocial relationship or something else. So like, yeah, you're always going to have like those loyalists kicking around. Like there are some people who could literally see a Fifth Avenue shooting by Hassan Biker and they'd still find a way to say something about it, right? Something positive about it or neutral. So
yeah, I think I would agree with you. I think this entire situation has been fantastic. Like I feel bad for the dog, but I feel it's sad. Nobody cared about Hassan's insanity until he put on the dog mask, but that's really where it is. Like they could excuse the anti-Semitism, the terrorism support, the breaking of rules, all that shit. But the second that it comes out that maybe he happens to be a dog shocker, now everyone fucks him. And it's the perfect storm. He really is a pirate software. Like he will never admit fault. Like he literally would never admit fault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfect. And he keeps doubling and tripling down. So you get to make, like, how else would this survive? 11 days in, LonerBox. 11 days of content.
11
Do you know
days.
that's insane. 11 days. Tell me anything else that survives for 11 days. Drama-wise.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, dude, nothing has the staying power of this. It's like pirate software would be the answer, right? Like pirate software lasted this long because every day he would push it more, you know?
Vosh Lolly barely lasted a week.
Yeah.
I don't know, like you're having this issue with people like.
Oh, I'm not having an issue. I think it's you're
happy right now, yeah.
Well, no. Like I understand that his loyalists will never change their mind. I'm past that. I don't care because the normies of the world think that he's a dog abuser now, which is all that you can want. You can never. The goal for this should never be to change the minds of loyalists because that's like a fool's errand. But changing the mind of people that might see him for the first time, I definitely think that's been done. That's been accomplished. Like his legacy is Alinity style at this point, like cat tosser, right? No matter what you do, when you think about Alinity, number one thing you think about is tossing cats.
I don't know. I think it ends as soon as he stops talking about it. Because I've been observing, because unlike you, I like to do real politics, okay? And I look about real serious institutions and failures. Right now, my recent project off stream for the last couple of months has been looking into UN and various humanitarian groups' reports, specifically on Israel, as well. There's one in Iraq as well from the 90s, and noticing how those guys not necessarily lie, some of them definitely do, but more that they commit to certain positions and put out certain claims based on flawed methodology, and then other orgs will pick up the same thing and then spread it so that you've got this kind of like illusion of certainty when it's really just like one person making a claim with a false pretense and then spreading it, and then never retracting but just quietly changing a bit later, or just doing nothing at all. Moral of this: have you ever heard the story about the Iraqi sanctions in the 90s?
No.
So after the first Gulf War, or during, the Security Council puts a bunch of sanctions
there was
on
two
Iraq.
Gulf Wars?
Yeah, in the 90s. Saddam invaded Kuwait.
Wait, there was a first Gulf War?
Huh?
I didn't know. Wait, I thought there was just the Gulf War. There was a second Gulf War?
Well, they kind of like, or like the first Iraq War, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We call the Gulf War and the invasion of Iraq. Okay? Slow your roll. Don't be trying to say, okay, continue.
Okay. I mean, technically, Desert Shield and Desert Storm are counted as two, but whatever. During that war, they put a bunch of sanctions on Iraq, making some exemptions for like humanitarian stuff and all that. But like, Iraq wasn't allowed. They were pretty extensive. Like Iraq wasn't allowed to sell oil for like years through the 90s, up until like 96 or whatever, until they were allowed to sell some oil, but only if they could use the proceeds for humanitarian needs like food and medicine. So there's really, really extensive sanctions put on the country, and they condition it on things like decommissioning any WMDs they had left over, and a few other things like agree on a border with Kuwait and all that shit. Saddam doesn't do it. The sanctions last for way longer than anyone expects as well. And in the mid-90s, there was eventually this report that came out in Lancet from two researchers who went to Iraq and interviewed families across Baghdad to gauge the humanitarian situation. And they found that the infant mortality rate had basically gone up from like 40 per thousand per year to like 200, like one of the highest in the world. So, and then they extrapolated that to the rest of the country, and they estimated that like within about 5 years, something like 500,000 kids under the age of 5 had died of malnutrition or related things, right?
Okay.
And then they also blamed it completely on the sanctions. That claim will still be heard today. People like I've seen like Lance from the Surfs has repeated it as lately as last couple of years. I've seen I think maybe Chomsky or people around that sphere will occasionally bring it back, and they'll say like these sanctions, like they starved 500,000 kids to death and 1 million adults. Yeah, and this is all before the Iraq War in 2003. What has not been mentioned as often is the fact that one of these scientists actually went back to Iraq the year later after finding this massive like claim, and interviewed a bunch of the same families again. But then her new research found out that a few dozen excess deaths, infant deaths, had actually disappeared. So she would go back to interview the same families, but she would find that some of them were like either retracting their statements or just saying, no, we don't actually have any kid that died in that time. So like a very significant number of them were they were not being able to replicate them by interviewing the same families. And then she goes back a third time to interview some of the same people, and then finds out that some people who disowned their first claim brought it back. So clearly something's going on there. And the original study had actually used field workers to do a lot of these interviews, but then the field workers were appointed by the Iraqi government. They were assigned from the Iraqi Ministry of Health or whatever, and actually sent out to do these Q&As. So one of the original researchers who put out this claim of 500,000 kids dying and everything, she had actually since then twice said that that this was not reliable evidence, and actually that the newer survey estimated the infant mortality rate was about the same as it was in the before the war. It hadn't actually moved that much, or if at all. It was actually more likely that it seemed to be going down. And she has since said that like she thinks that Iraqi surveyors had recorded deaths that didn't take place, or in some cases they took miscarriages or stillbirths and reported them as starvation deaths. So we know now, but despite that, throughout the 90s, after these new studies came out, UNICEF, Amnesty, a couple of other organizations stuck with the original claim. They still claimed that in Iraq, that hundreds of thousands of under fives were dying of starvation, and it was because of the sanctions. And we only since then have known that that was completely false because of post-Iraq war interviews with doctors and things like that. There's like one doctor speaking about how if kids died, sometimes they weren't buried. They would delay the burial until they had enough of them so that they could do like a big like starvation sanctions funeral for them and take photos and all that shit, all the bodies, right? So they were completely fabricating this humanitarian catastrophe. Even at the same time that it seemed to be the distribution of food rations was one of the only things Saddam's government was doing well, it turns out, or relatively well. But you'll notice that if you look at like the UN's website or UNICEF's website today, you will see infant mortality rates in Iraq through the 90s, because we now have access to all of the state's information from that time. It just drops. It just drops, like all the way through the 90s. It's just going down. Same with the UN. But there, to this day, I believe that there's not been a retraction from UNICEF. Like,
so basically, you're dug in. That's it. We're just gonna ride or die forever. Yeah, but I expect that at this point. But it's the question is the public narrative. How does that look like the normies and things like that? And if the normies start thinking that you're delusional, that's the best possible outcome. And you know, in this situation with Hassan, that's what's happening, right? People in, you know, other verticals are being like, this guy's shocking his dog. He's making it worse for himself. That's what he's becoming known for. And obviously for lying, right? So like, that's a positive. The question is, did that happen in this circumstance? Like, I think of UNICEF, my initial thought is not, these guys are cover-ups on that case. So it doesn't sound like it applies equally on that, or when you get to a certain grander scale.
Oh, sorry, fuck. The whole point of me bringing that up was just that if Hassan should just stop talking about it. He should just stop talking about it.
Yeah, he should, but he can't. The only reason that this has gone on as long as it has is because Hassan is like a narcissist, right? He thinks he's smart enough and has enough control over the people around him that he can control the narrative and do it. And now, because usually he does, right? He's the guy, when he posts something, he'll get 50 to 100,000 likes. Like, that's a lot of power and influence that you'll have on social media, on Twitter and everything like that. Now he's finding himself in a situation where Joe Blow, the general public, does not agree with him, right? Like, as a probably the best litmus test there is so far, go look at the comments during the live stream of the Dr. K thing from yesterday. And I'm not a fan of Dr. K, but go look at the comments that happened during that live stream, and it was 95% universal dislike for Hassan, hatred for what he's doing, calling him a liar. That's a great litmus test, because those are the type of people that I would expect to be, I don't want to say fact driven, but at least, you know, more compassionate, more willing to give the benefit of the doubt. And they were all universally against Hassan. So that's like a really good outcome, I think, in this case. And I would say in cases like this, the best way to know that this mission is successful is when the only response that people like Hassan or the people around him as fans or whatever, the only thing they can say is, the last stage of the narcissist chart is, you're obsessed, or who cares about this? That's the last step. When you've made it there, it means you won, because there's no other thing. You've gone through it's out of context. This is doctored, blah, 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 blah. You've gone through all the narcissist prayer stuff. And the very last step on that is you know, you have Hassan derangement, or you're obsessed, or who cares about this? There's a genocide going on. That's the last step. If you make it there, you won. So, but on your story, as I said, I don't know if there's the UNICEF derangement disorder.
No,
Do
I
you have
think with
that?
I think with humanitarian orgs, their problem is that if they are caught being unreliable, then there's a big risk there that when they make warnings in the future, they say we need to get food here, we need to get aid trucks here, then they'll just get ignored and then people die, right? So that's I can see why there's a
Oh, I
reluctance
guess
with
with Red Cross,
humanitarian
like
orgs.
there's a
Yeah,
little bit of that right now with Red Cross, right? Like when people, there's probably some people that when they think about Red Cross, they're like, oh, these guys were helping Hamas or something, right? Like, I could see a little bit of that, but I don't know. It's still not, it wouldn't be my first thought. I would think the Red Cross is an organization designed to help people out, right? I
I mean
wouldn't go there.
unfortunately they can all do both. Like UNRWA does like very life-saving work for loads of people,
Sure.
but they also speak some shit. Like you can do both. Oxfam, they say, yeah, they all have like their like they shouldn't be dissolved. It's just that their like reporting is a very often kind of cooked, and when the undeniable reality becomes that their reporting is cooked, they'll just kind of like move on from it and or very quietly change their reporting later, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Fuck, what else was I going to say? Momo was asking what food rations. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in Iraq that Saddam, the government, especially after Food for Oil, had these like little warehouses set up, or these little food stores that would account for about like 50 to 60 families. And I don't know if the food there was free, but I think it might have been very cheap. But yeah, I thought that's what they had, like the little small food stores that would take in the government rations. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, Zoni, what's your story?
Okay, while Dan is still here, I just want to ask a couple of clarifying questions that I think are interesting to kind of think about.
Before we go there, before I answer questions,
Yeah.
Hassan allegiance check. Do you think that Hassan shocked his dog?
Bro, yeah, I did.
You think he shocked his dog?
I know he. I'm like 99.9% sure he shocked his dog. Okay, that's
okay. I just wanted to start there. So you're a dog shock truther. Okay, fair enough.
I am. Okay. So, and by the way, you also bought me dinner like a couple of years ago. I'm a Danish memer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love you. Okay. And
perfect.
Everyone here hates Hassan. Okay? Crazy. Nobody here likes Hassan. Okay. And pretend that everyone in the stream chat hates Hassan, and you don't have to like do any what do you call it, virtue signaling, okay?
All right, I just wanted to make you yeah. No,
so
it's fine.
I just want to like be absolutely certain. Do you think that like with your own moral compass, I'm not asking for any like other bullshit, do you think Hassan is actually an animal abuser?
No. Okay. Not like an animal abuser in the sense of like he what the general public would see is like, oh, this is a guy that like his day job is abusing dogs. Do I think that he does stuff that PETA would say this is abusive to animals? I would say the answer to that is yes. Like I don't think it's natural. Yeah, I don't think it's natural to like force an animal to sit in a certain spot for like during your entire 8-hour stream. I think that's fucked up.
Yeah, but like people bring their dogs to offices all the time, right? It's not that like fucking weird, is it?
I think it would be weird to like shock the dog to stay in a corner. I would say that's abusive, but I don't know if I would call him.
If you're trying to train it to do that for a certain period of time.
Well, yeah, but that's. I don't think that's good to train an animal to sit in one spot for 8 hours. I would say that's abusive.
We can have that. We can have that disagreement. That's fine. I'm just. I feel like the thing that I'm scared of, okay, is that I don't want my side to be like engaging in the same soy shit that the right does with like. Let's just be as disingenuous as possible about every single criticism, and it's good because we hate the person. Like
I'm not like that. I play the game. That's all. Like I can accept where reality is for a lot of this stuff and just move with that. So like a good example is like I've seen like a lot of like the Hassan like I don't know, like I don't even know the way to put this. I like you have to accept it. Like this is the game. Like you can't change it as much as you may want to change it. I might want this to be different and based on, we have an objective debate and we look at it and, everyone comes away and it's like, okay, well, I guess, since you will not present additional evidence, it's now we have to go with the assumption that this is indeed, a shock collar type of thing. Like that would be the world I want to go to, but that's not the world that we're in. We're in a world of all that matters is the end result of the general public having an optics on something. So it sucks. I don't like that, but that's what you're fighting against also.
Yeah. Okay. As long as we agree on that, I'm kind of fine with everything you're doing. It just makes me feel a little bit icky that like nobody here actually thinks that he's an animal abuser, but yet we're basically making it so that like all the normies and all the like most people are kind of soy, right? So most people are just going to soy out and be like, oh, he's an animal abuser, while the people who are pushing the people to think that don't actually think that. Like, do you know what I'm kind of getting at?
Who is responsible for that happening? Is it us for continuing to show clips showing that Hassan is doing something, or is it Hassan's responsibility for denying that those clips are actual photons?
I mean, he's digging his own grave.
That is the case, right? It's not like if Hassan came out and said, look, I did it, I'm not going to do it anymore, we're kind of fucked. That's kind of the end of the drama at that point. But Hassan will refuse to do that. So it's really, every day that Hassan comes out and says, guys, this isn't happening, they're lying to you, the Kardashians are lying to you, I did not shock my dog, I did not. I mean, what should we say? Am I supposed to be like, you're right, Hassan, you didn't shock that dog? No, you did. You did shock that dog.
Like he's basically doing something that's worse than what you're doing, right? Like he's lying about it and you're kind of being a little bit tongue-in-cheek.
I think it exposes an important side product of this, and it's very important to me, is that it exposes, more so than Hassan being a dog abuser, it exposes that he's a liar. And I'm a big believer always in that people that will lie to your face about objective realities, as Hassan likes to put them, when you can see it right there, will definitely lie about bigger things.
Yeah,
so
Hassan, he also lies about like all the fucking IP shit, right? All the time he lies about what Israel does, or
he lied about his airport detention. What's going to happen as a result of that? Now, a lot of people, because Hassan lied about his airport detention and people called that out, in the future, if someone does get detained by ICE or TSA, and it's at the airport, and then the Trump administration comes out and being like, this is just another lie, I bet this guy's a Hassan Piker fan, what does that do for the actual circumstance that's happening here? It makes it worse, because Hassan lied, and he made it easier for the enemy to do harm in the future. So that's not good. That's an example of Hassan throwing people into the bus for his own benefit.
Also, just another self-correction. Apparently, when I said that the Saddam food rations were like better than his general policies, it seems that even then he was generally only doing a good job at the food rationing for Sunni regions like Baghdad and Baghdad, not like the Shia regions. The food rations were fucking like mixed up with sawdust and like rice was moldy and shit like that. I know. Sorry.
This is also a creator that is routinely defamed and slandered Lonerbox as well, right? Just completely lied about exactly every part that he said about multiple situations. Like, this is not someone that deserves your charity. So if the end result here is that someone who is a known unwilling to look at the truth, even if it hurts them, right? So that's someone, I do view Lonerbox as someone that's willing to, like, if he's wrong, he's like, fuck it, I got it wrong. There was the PGG 300 that was only made in 2005 that had the body of the Shock-O-Matic, but it was in the construction. Like, he would come out and be like, yeah, I fucked up. That's my bad. Hassan would never do that. And I think there's a difference. So I think that, like, because of the person that Hassan is, he doesn't deserve that level of charity when he continues to lie. And especially to people that try to focus on the truth, like Lonerbox.
Great. Well, we agree then.
Dan,
I just wanted to make sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Why do you pretend to care whether Hassan shocked his dog or not?
Whoa.
What do you mean? Why do I care? Of course I care.
No, why do you pretend to care?
I don't understand the logic. Do you think I don't care about this issue?
Yes, I think you don't care about it. I think that you don't care.
You have
whether
to
or
give
not
some evidence.
Shock your dog.
You have to give some evidence that I don't care, considering I've posted about this every day for 11 days straight. Because the onus of not caring is big time.
I think what he's saying is that you care about shitting on Hassan, but you don't care about the dog. Is that what you're saying, Tony?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Wait, Tony, can I ask though? Can I ask, like, Tony? So you're saying, like, if Hassan is like curb stop his fucking dog, like RKO the motherfucker, you think Dan wouldn't care?
No. Dan said explicitly that Destiny could have raped and killed his entire family, and he would keep being his friend. He's continued sweeping for people. He's continued allying with people like Trump and people like Nuxtaku, Tectone, all these people who are on his side. The mindless Trump dick sucks. He's willing to ally with these people and have like friendly relations with them just so he can go after Hassan, who he hates.
Shit.
Yeah, Dan, how do you reply to this statement made by Tony?
I mean, I could throw it back the other way. Tony, do you care about dogs in third world countries right now that are getting attacked?
Like, this is like such a...
so you don't want to answer? Because the answer is no. I
will answer.
Why? Okay.
Wait, say that. Dan, you don't care. You just said it. You don't care. I haven't said anything yet because you interrupted me. You were about to say it. You were about to say it. You interrupted yourself. You caught yourself.
No, you interrupted me. You had the clippable moment and you fucked it up. Listen.
Why
do you not, Dan? Why do you pretend to care about it?
You don't get to ask two questions in a row. You don't get to ask two questions in a row. You have to wait. So I will answer your question. I'm happy to do it.
Okay, please, Dan, please.
Do you care about David Feinstein out of Austin, Texas's dog?
I don't know who David Feinstein is.
I didn't ask if you know who he was. Do you care about his dog?
In the same general way that I care about all dogs, yes.
Okay, same for me. Exactly same for me.
Okay, so why don't you care about why don't you care about the victims of Destiny?
I care about Hassan's dog as much as I care about...
Why don't you care about that?
I am not getting into a conversation about Destiny. This is an excellent attempt to try and flip things to that narrative, though. But
no, this is that you are a malicious liar. You have said explicitly that you are a malicious liar, that you will openly clip chimp people. You always say, this is the game. I'm doing this for the greater good. This is my goal. I will lie to people. I will lie publicly and pretend to believe things that I don't. You have said that.
No,
you said that explicitly. I can give you all kinds of clips. We have a clip we've seen recently where you said that you were fine.
No, you haven't. Okay, I'll wait for the clip. I'll wait for the clip of me saying that I lied. Yeah, play the clip of me saying I lied. Yeah, I want to say that I'll lie to do it.
If there's a clip out there, if there's a quote or tweet out there of you saying that, would you concede and said, yeah, I said that in the past?
That I lied? That I would lie? Sure, absolutely. If there was a thing that's saying it. There's stuff saying...
So you just said it. Do you really want me to go and find the clip?
I do. It doesn't exist. Maybe you can find something saying that... Yeah, it doesn't exist otherwise. The only clips that you can find are stuff me saying that I don't care if something...
One of the reasons this doesn't exist... One of the reasons you say that, well, I'm not moving on, but I want to make sure.
It sounds like you don't want to find this clip. It exists. 100%.
Let's get the Dan clip.
It does exist. I'm pulling up my Twitter to try to find it. But Dan, you were in Spicy. You used to be in Spicy Chat before you were banned for doxing. All right, you remember that? And you used to write in Spicy Chat about how you were willing to play the game. You were. This is the game. This is like, and people
are you moving?
Why are you doing this? No, I'm moving the goalposts. This is an example.
I'm not going to just be here and be slandered. You had one point.
I'm not slandering you. This is true. Okay, I'm not slandering you. This is true.
Well, it's true that you fuck.
You would go into these places and say,
I can't find the clip right now. Sorry, I can't find the clip. But
dude, I'll pull up these clips to support it. You go into Spicy Chat.
I'm waiting.
Say, this is the game. We play the game.
I'm waiting for this clip.
We play the game.
Man, this comment retarded. LonerBox, why you platform Dan Saltman? Why you let Dan Saltman, okay, 50-year-old man, come on stream?
I'm not 50. Hassan's older than I am. At least, you know, this so-called doxing that happens. At least it's not like Hassan waving a gun around. Jesus Christ.
Wait, did you dox someone in the past or what?
I'm just saying it's not like Hassan's doxing. That's like really bad shit.
I mean, what about your doxing, Dan?
What about this one? What about that one?
No, Dan, what about your doxing? Why do you care about these things?
I'm still waiting for this clip.
Why are you lying?
You're the one who's lying. I'm waiting for... Where's this clip at, bro?
I'm looking for it right. I'm looking for it right now. I know it exists.
Okay, good. I
No,
mean,
I know you've said this repeatedly. This is the game. I'm fine with clip chimping people.
wait, I thought we were moving off because you said I admitted to lying to get my way. So you're backing off of that now?
No, I'm not backing out of.
Okay, great. I'll be waiting for that clip.
Mercy, shut up. You're like 50 years old.
Where do you want me to put it?
Of me saying that I lie to get my
You
stuff
saying that you are
across.
fine with clip chimping people? Yes.
Oh no, that's very
No,
different.
that is what
You said
lying is. That's what lying is. That's what lying is.
So we are moving off of this now.
No, I'm not moving off of this. This is the exact same point. You
Okay,
are willing
gotcha.
to lie.
So you're
If you
willing to
clip
lie.
chimp
Actually.
somebody
You
and
just
misrepresent what they
you're
are
willing to lie.
You are implicitly
by
lying
doing this.
about
This
what
is
they are saying.
amazing. This is
Understand that?
actually amazing. You are willing
Yeah.
to go and say that I've said something that I haven't said by by doing it. That's funny. In you trying to call me out for something, you've done it yourself. You said that I
When have I done it?
admit to lying to get my goal across while
You did do
lying
that.
to try and get your goal across.
No,
Do you
Tim,
see
you did lie. You did lie. That's
the
what clip
irony of the
chimping is.
situation?
And that's what clip chimping is. If you misrepresent somebody's position, if you knowingly misrepresent somebody's position, you are lying about them.
Okay.
That is a lie.
We're
So
gonna
here's-
have to agree to disagree on that. If I clip you saying something, that's not a lie. That's something that you did.
Is
for
there
sure.
is there a clip that you can send it to me, Tony? Or you
Is there a
can
clip, bro?
Yeah, I'm
God
trying
damn.
to put it in. Wait, I'll send it to Mr. Box.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Hey, Lonerbox, I want to ask you. Okay, I want to ask you a question because Tony wants to be Mr. President someday. But why do you like Dan Lonerbox?
Do I like Dan?
Careful.
I don't know. I just platform him because he's a good stream guest. What are you talking about?
Tell you shit.
Well, Dan is very likable and personable. It's just he does bad things, and I wish he would stop.
Not as bad as Hassan, though, right?
No, that's pretty. Dan, you know what you do. You do doxing,
Uh-oh.
doxing multiple people.
What about him? Shit.
What about him? Hold on.
What about HasanAbi?
That's not
Uh-oh.
not as bad as him. Not what about ism.
Where is
I thought it
the
was
thing? Yeah, but is
HasanAbi.
Tony a fucking Hassan fan?
It would
Is he?
seem so.
No, I don't like Hassan. I hate Hassan.
Yeah,
Sure.
I hate Hassan. I hate Bad Empanada. I hate all these fucking people.
What's
I have
your
for
What's your Twitch
ages.
username, Tony?
I don't think I even use Twitch.
You don't think you use Twitch?
I need to watch this clip. Okay, we're gonna watch this clip. I'm
wait-
sharing it
oh,
on Discord
hold
so you guys can see it with me. It's 1 minute long. Okay, let's see.
All right.
How many layers are we on here?
But here, like, Dan,
Like, what,
do
like,
not
like,
bring
like,
up that he went to a brothel. Yes, it was raided, but in the end, they didn't find enough crimes to shut them down. He has no issues clip chipping me. Okay? He's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay? He wants to, like, do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking...
What's really funny about this statement is it's
God damn it! Does the clip continue?
also a lie, because in order for me to find out of context clips of him, I would have to know anything about him. Okay? I would have to like know what the context is and then be able to cleverly clip it out of context. I don't know anything about this man. I just know he's a fucking 60-year-old pervert who's lost his goddamn mind and like has
By the
made
way,
his
if I
life's
could
mission.
pause for a second
I
here,
don't see any lies so far. What?
this is one of the reasons that I have like. This is one of the 100 reasons I have like permanent defamation insurance against Hassan for everything. Is that he's gone on record so many times being like, oh, Dan Saltman, he's a pedophile. All like so many times, like Hassan can't do anything as a result.
Who said that you were? Who said
Hassan
that you
Piker.
Were, when has he
Hassan
said
Piker.
that?
Oh, that I have.
You ever heard of him?
I
Like,
want to pull it on
Diddy
stream.
Dan, like, come on.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
I do
come
remember.
on.
But,
Okay, you
no,
do. Yeah.
Somebody
So,
else said that you wait, Dan. Somebody else said you were a pedophile. A certain Reddit
No.
mod, and you doxed him on JStock stream. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did.
Do you think that's a good thing to do?
You know, I'm not sure, right? Because you had like hundreds of thousands of people looking at that getting retweeted by Hassan, and
Oh, wait, don't. Please
I
don't
think like
deflect this
taking,
on.
I think taking legal action is the same
Doxing is not legal action.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's an end result of if you take legal action towards someone. And
No, it isn't. There's no part of the legal
when you
process.
when you sue someone, their
There's no
information
part of the
becomes
legal
public.
process. Yes, it becomes public
exactly.
in a sense. But Pixie is a Jane Doe under suit.
Listen, I'm not
There's
talking.
no part of the
I'm
legal
not
process.
I'm not
where the
doing
person
this
is
thing.
necessarily
You're doing
publicly
this on
in the way that
Pixie.
you did, Dan.
If you want to argue with Destiny about his situation with
Dan.
Pixie, go argue with Pixie.
Just to
and
be
Destiny.
clear
I'm
as
not gonna have
well,
the
we're not
conversation.
doing.
I used Pixie as
on,
an example for a
I'm not doing it.
lawsuit
Yeah, wait,
where the
stop,
person
fuck
is
me.
a Jane Doe.
Yeah, I got you. I'd rather just no one does Pixie content on this stream. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not.
I know you're not. I'm
There's
just saying from now on.
There was
Okay,
an
don't worry.
example. There
Jesus.
was an example of a lawsuit where the person is a Jane Doe or John Doe.
Yes, I understand. I'm just saying from now
Where
on.
their
Thank
names
you.
are sealed.
All right. Okay, whose turn was it? Fuck it. I'm gonna finish
I
this
think
clip.
Dan-
I'm gonna finish this clip.
Actively
You gotta finish
stalk
the
me.
clip.
I don't give a shit. I don't know who the fuck this loser is.
He played D&D with me, by the way. He does know who I am. Another
Okay.
lie from the Hassan.
Okay,
Piker
but
camp.
the clip in question is obviously before he
Clip
mutes
tipping
you.
me. Okay, he's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay, he wants to do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking.
What's really funny?
Well, it sounds like you are talking about out of context clips in particular, right? Not just clip tipping. So are you saying that you are okay with posting out of context clips about Hassan?
So what I would say in this example, in the one I reference, is the brothel, right? So here's the situation with the brothel. I'm happy to bring this up again. So Hassan went to a brothel, okay? And the brothel, the way they think about it is it's a big building that is owned by an individual company, and that company rents out almost like a hotel rooms to other independent contractors that are sex workers, okay? And the brothel was raided because there, various reasons. And as a result of that raid, there was a person that went to jail for underage sex trafficking. A man that was sex trafficking a minor went to jail as a result of that investigation. So people like to say that never happened, that the organization got money back. That's true. They did. The people that owned the building, the people that were trafficking the girls, one of them went to jail as a result for having a minor there. That's something that's absolutely the case. So saying that Hassan went to a brothel, admitted to it, that was later raided by authorities under a system that was called brutal and oppressive, and they ended up sending someone to jail for trafficking a minor, is a true fact. There is no lie of omission. Every part of this is true. Saying that the people that own the building, the landlord, was not found guilty means nothing. That's not a lie of omission. I'm not obligated to make Hassan's case for him. Okay, Hassan can make his own case for him about why he went to the brothel and he specifically should not be held liable. But that, to me, that's unrelated. Like if there was a murder that happened in a hotel by someone that owned one of the hotel suites, like an Airbnb situation or whatever, in a building, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, the owner of the building was found innocent. It doesn't matter. There was still someone that went to jail for trafficking a minor. It doesn't matter that the owner of the physical property wasn't. It's rented out to a bunch of other people in there. And
do you have an article talking about the brothel story?
I'm glad that you asked. Yes, I do. Let me go and grab it right now. Give me 30 seconds.
But also, when we're talking about out of context, that's not necessarily like what people think about when you're talking about clips out of context. Because example of clips out of context might be something like, I don't know, like say there's an election between fucking Bush and whatever the fuck, Al Gore, and then I say that, oh, on Iraq they probably both would have invaded. Like, but you just take a part of a clip where I'm just saying, well, Democrats, Republicans would be 1-to-1. There's no difference here. And then using that clip to imply that I'm meaning Democrats and Republicans are the same on every issue. Do you know what I mean? That would be an example of like a dishonest clipping out of context.
Yeah, Hassan does that type of stuff all the time. I agree.
We're asking if you do that and you're okay with doing that.
Say that again, the exact example, so I can know if I'd be okay with it.
So let's say I say that, oh yeah, Al Gore probably would have invaded Iraq as well. So there on this issue, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans. It's just 1-to-1. They're the same. And then you clip out everything about the Iraq part and just start with a clip that says Democrats, Republicans, there's no difference. It's 1-to-1. And then let's apply that to everything.
I mean, I'm famous for replying to Hassan tweets with various versions of him saying Democrats
where
and Republicans
he's talking
are the
about
same.
Iran, right? Yeah.
For a second?
Well, I mean, I was just kind of making a point that I thought it would go your way, but if you want to interrupt that,
Yeah, but I'm
go for
asking
it.
the reason I'm saying is that I'm asking if like you consider that to be like a dishonest out of context clip, or just out of context.
I don't think so, because what it's exposing is that Hassan Piker is kind of an enemy to Democrats, and to show that he would say that Democrats are, and first off, it's been on multiple issues, and it's even on the issues that he says it's in context, which has been on Israel and on gay and trans rights, and on I think the climate was another one. On all of those, it's completely just bullshit to say that Democrats and Republicans would even be remotely in the same ballpark of this issue. So for him to say on such obvious issues that Republicans and Democrats completely differ, to say that they're the same, I think it's fair to be able to, when Hassan Piker says something stupid about a Democrat or a Republican, to quote tweet with one of the famous meme videos of him saying that they're the same. I think that is not only not that, I think it's a good thing to do, because the less exposure that Hassan has to Democrats, the stronger the Democratic Party will be to have a base to actually survive and hopefully have decent elections without being dragged down by our barnacles, so to speak.
Okay, so just to summarize what you just said, it sounds like you're saying that clip in isolation is out of context, but you're okay with using it for other issues besides Iran, which he was talking about, because you think he expresses that same sentiment towards Democrats and Republicans on enough other issues that it's like not dishonest in the grand.
Well, the way that
I've
done
is not right.
The way that I've always done it specifically has been Hassan says something like especially egregious and stupid, and then I will just quote tweet it with a video. But I don't think I would ever be like, oh, Hassan said that he hates the climate specifically, and here's the video proving it. Like, I don't think I've done that. I think that I make it more as a comedic effect, like, oh, this is, so on brand for Hassan type of thing. I would put one of those much more along the lines of, at that point, you might as well be deep faking stuff that Hassan is doing to do that. So I think it's fine to quote tweet when Hassan says something very stupid, and then to quote tweet it with a video of him saying that Dems and Republicans are the same. I think that's okay. What I don't think would be okay is quote tweeting it and saying, Hassan said this last stream that, on the issue of polar bears, Democrats actually want to kill them also. And I wouldn't do that because that's different. That's a different level of memes. And I think that's something that Hassan does engage in specifically. That's
how do you take
Dan,
that?
Do you have that article about the brothel?
Yes, I'm
I
just
just wanted to make sure that before we go into the brothel, I want to see, Tony, if you have any objections to or whatever response to that particular thing with the clip chipping.
I think clip chipping is dishonest. Like it's in the
I don't know if
definition of the thing.
Do you call that clip chipping though?
Like what? Saying the example of Hassan talking about wanting to use Democrats, or like wield Democrats like a weapon. I think that's one of the clips you're talking about.
No, like the examples I was giving is like Hassan says something really egregious, and then I quote tweet it with the only difference between there is no difference. I mean, there's like three of different ones that I've done. Yeah.
What's also an issue is like some people lie about things that have happened with this. So like the brothel thing, I looked up, I found this Vice article. We have
listen to me. No, stop. I'm going to get it for you.
Fraud,
I understand that. Yes.
Social security contribution.
Well, if you understand it, then just let him talk, and then you can respond. Then.
Oh yeah, go ahead. When I find this for you,
representation. We also have that.
Okay, I just want to say when I find this article for you, because I'm looking right now. Will you admit that you're wrong? That someone went to jail for sex trafficking? A minor.
If somebody went to jail for sex trafficking, then I'll admit that sure, in the brothel, somebody was going there for sex trafficking. But it would depend on You're trying to paint Hassan as somebody who went to a brothel.
Man,
they were
if you look at the article,
trafficking
motherfucker,
minors.
goddamn.
What's that?
Yeah, we were
I'm
still
trying to
hearing.
find it.
We were still hearing Tony speak. That's where I left off. All right, now
I
go.
appreciate it.
You also have there's the clip of Hassan talking about re-education camps.
Wait,
It's always
no! I got
portrayed as
fucking ADHD. Let's talk about the brothel. You were saying something about the brothel, and then Dan interrupted you twice.
yes, but
So-
I want to. Well,
Okay.
we were waiting for Dan to. Dan was looking
Okay.
for an article.
Got it. Can I put it in this chat? I can. Open chat. Boom. I think this is it. Might be one more. Let me see.
Are you putting it in the side chat?
Yep.
Because it's not loading for me. Can you put it in like?
Erman. Hold on.
Oh.
There's another one that's even better that I want to find.
Oh, stream chat.
I was only getting triggered because I know you were speaking about the dog, the brothel thing, but I couldn't hear it because Dan was speaking over you. So I was just giving you a chance to repeat yourself.
Okay. Thanks for that. Wait, Dan, can you send me the?
Yep. Hold on. His
The-
name is
the side chat
Erman
is the-
Murtagic. Yeah. I'm trying to find the best article of it because now that I have his name, I can find a better one. All right. Here's the one I have so far.
Let's put that
Feeling.
bitch in the stranger suggestions if you can. Thank you.
I'll just put it in general chat and talking things. How about that? There you go. And now,
Listen, sure.
Yes, I did almost accidentally say dog brothel because smug bug is in my head. Thank you.
They get
Sorry.
someone to dog barf though.
Oh God, is this the overlap?
here's the
no.
other
A
one.
dog
Here you go.
scandal and a brothel scandal. No one put those two together.
Imagine.
Hmm.
There you go. That's the second one right there.
It's in the general chat.
Yep.
The general chat. Oh God, imagine posting in the
That's
general
risky.
chat.
I know Dan's kind of old. So
Okay, so which one of these am I looking at?
I think either one is okay.
Okay.
So this guy operated out of the Artemis, which is where Hassan went.
Whoa. Does this
The
do
Hassan one.
translate?
Yes, he went there to his own volition.
Yeah, he went there, but a lot of people go to a lot of places.
I've never been to a place. I've never fucked a prostitute before. Have you?
Yeah, but that's not the
Really?
indictment. The indictment's not that he fucks prostitutes. The indictment's that he fucks prostitutes in a place that is trafficking minors. And obviously, the implication there is that he might have like picked out a minor of his own in there. No?
Possible.
So this was this individual football player who had his girlfriend working there. Was she even
Correct.
there at the time?
So
Hassan
see, now
was there?
you're doing a lot of the Hassan
this even
defense
seems
on
like
this.
No, it's like a reasonable question. Was Hassan there?
No, see, now what you're doing
the
is
time she was
I said
there?
things
This
that
overlap?
Hassan visited. It would be like an Epstein Island thing. It would be like this. It'd be like Tony visited Epstein Island, which was later raided as a result of Jeffrey Epstein's sex crimes. And then you would
And
come back
all
and
I
be like,
did, and you're
I'm still
pretending
talking.
that I'm running
still ta-
defense. You
I'm still
interrupt me. You're
talking.
content to interrupt me.
I'm
Tax fraud and withholding
that you
social
visited
security
Epstein Island
contribution. This
because
was what
of
the Artemis sting
suspected sex
was about.
trafficking
This
that
is a
happened on the
separate
island.
arrest for an
And then as a
individual.
result of that, you're coming back and saying, but Dan, no sex trafficking actually happened on the island. Okay, the sex trafficking didn't happen there. The sex trafficking happened at his place in New York.
Dan,
So this
the
is
sex
completely
trafficking-
irrelevant. That's what you're
The
doing.
trafficking was this footballer.
Yeah, because that's how this place worked. The owners of the Artemis.
I'm reading you articles. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get in. I'm trying to understand the story.
I
I'm
don't
trying
think
to
you
get to
are.
the
I think
truth.
you're trying to
I
find a
am,
way that your
Dan.
point can still work.
No, Dan. All I did was I looked up the story you were talking about. I find a Vice article. I read in it. I find that the sting that you mentioned was about tax fraud and social security contributions, not about sex trafficking. And you're showing me
that was-
later that the person who was doing sex trafficking was a separate footballer who had brought his girlfriend there at some point. At some point, we don't know if Hassan was there at the time. We don't know if there are other minors there at the time. There may have been, there may not have been. I don't know. You're trying to say Hassan
So
went
you're
to this
looking at
place
what
where they were
the,
keeping.
the
Well,
Guardian article?
Does Germany have public? Do they publish indictments? Because there's an indictment that mentions it. I don't know if we can find the.
Probably
actual
not.
thing.
They're very privacy prone over there. Let's see, where do we got here?
Because they're
Mark,
saying that she had to. So she definitely worked in this place, Artemis, but I just don't know when. That's the issue now, right?
Correct. So
But
again, the way this building, the way this
This is
works,
the same rate, Dan. This is the same rate.
the same what?
Wait, hang
Same
on.
thing that I'm talking about taxes.
No, the last one that I did was the last link that's what you posted. That's why I posted it there.
More than 900 German police, tax and customs investigators have raided Berlin's
No,
biggest
that's
brothel.
news.
Yeah, what's the headline above that?
What, tax
Read the
and
headline above
custom-
that. Right above that. Keep going above the picture.
Tax and customs investigators joined swoop on Artemis, Berlin's biggest sex club, as authorities allege women were exploited and possibly trafficked. The raid was about
So now,
taxes.
see, now you're doing the
No,
cover
Dan,
up.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not covering anything up.
You can't
The
even
focus
read
of
it without being
raid-
like, oh,
No, Dan, I did read it.
but that.
You want me to read it again? Tax and customs invest. Do you want me to fucking yell? Is that what
Yeah,
you want, Dan?
I want you to
Yeah.
read it.
Tax
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
customs investigators joined swoop on Artemis, Berlin's biggest sex club, as authorities allege women were exploited and possibly trafficked.
Okay, what did the authorities allege?
Prostitution is legal in Germany.
What did the authorities allege?
I'm reading the article.
You don't really have to read it. You can actually just read that one
Well,
thing
no,
right
I-
there that says it.
Dan, if I want to know what the truth is, I do have to read the article. I have to look at the evidence. I have to look at the evidence to
So are
see
you
what it
assuming
is.
that they lied in the headline?
No,
Okay,
Dan.
that's fair enough.
I'm looking at the evidence. I'm looking for further context. What did
This
the
is
authorities
the
arrest them for?
strongest
Let's find
Hassan
that out.
hiker defender.
Out of interest,
Dan,
hang
I'm
on.
reading the article. You fucking, you fucking retard. I'm reading your article, Dan. You
I
sent
got.
me
Wait,
this.
wait,
Down,
wait. Hey,
down,
hey,
down,
shut the
down.
You're
fuck
getting
up.
mad at me for
Hey.
reading it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
do
got
your
questions.
homework.
Hey,
Down,
hey,
bro.
hey,
Relax,
hey.
relax.
I've got some
Oh,
questions.
it's
Okay,
so
I've got some
unbelievably
questions.
frustrating.
I've got some
I know.
questions. Okay, wait. So this
Goddamn.
this was
Do
this
your
was
own
you,
research.
holy fuck.
Dan,
Let me talk.
This is your article.
Am I muted on my own Discord? No,
I-
I'm not.
no.
Okay, that's fine. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Okay. So this is what they said, the biggest brothel in Berlin, right? Dan, anyone?
What? Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah,
were
yeah.
asking him.
Either of you.
I don't know if it's the biggest. There might be another one.
Didn't
It's
one of
certainly a
didn't
big
one of you just read out one of the things in the article saying, yeah, okay. So
Berlin's,
do we
it's
have
the
any?
biggest one in Berlin?
Do we have any Germans who want to speak to this particular place and
I
talk
think
about
that
how
David the Lion guy
like
said he,
actually like well known it is, or how normal it is
David
to
Lions
recommend this
Lion?
place, because we know, for example, it's not a mystery that people who work in the red light district of Amsterdam, that some of them are trafficked. Okay, we know that because they one time actually had a bunch of fucking dancers in the little booths and they did a performance for all the punters, and the punters are clapping afterwards, and then they put up a big thing on the projector screen above it saying, yeah, you know, like loads of like Romanians and like Ukrainians or whatever come here thinking that they're going to get like a dancing or an arts job, but then they just sadly end up being trafficked in these places. Stop the fucking crime and all that. Like, dude, it's like a tourist thing. It's a random tourist thing to go into these places and go and fuck a prostitute and shit. Like, but are you going to make a scandal out of that for someone? Are you going to go to like some creator and be like, this person goes to the red light district, which has been known to be the venue for trafficking of vulnerable women? Like,
so
no,
to be clear,
it's a stupid story.
What I'm doing is I'm reading that a place that, so in my case, I think I came out very clearly and said that I would not lie, meaning that I won't create a deepfake of Hassan doing something, and that I was charged at the start of this conversation saying that I lied about something, and it's not true. I do not lie about things.
You said that you
I'm
admitted
not
to lying.
obligated to make Hassan's defense for him on this
No,
case.
Dan,
Let me finish my.
Dan,
No,
let
stop.
me read the article. Let me
Okay,
read the
I'll
article
keep going. Yeah,
before
I will
you
read the article here.
go on and
Prostitution
ignore
is
it.
legal
Okay.
in Germany, but police charged that the 4-story brothel complex constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. So that's when it was arrested. And much like when Al Capone was arrested and they couldn't get him on any of the bad stuff, so they went to try to get him after tax evasion, and they eventually get him there. They couldn't get Artemis here. Too bad. But they did get some of the smaller guys, and one of the smaller guys that they got was trafficking a minor, and they went to jail. So let me know which part of this you're inconclusive of, and why when I put this story out there, not that I've done this in forever, but when I did put this story out there, that I would be obligated to come out here and run defense for Hassan when I say Hassan went to Club Artemis, a club that was raided by the police in a complex that was constituting a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women, while
found as
a
result
minor
of the
went to
raid.
jail as a result of
They
this.
found-
Or sorry, not a minor didn't go to jail, but the person did it. Why
So
am
what they found
I?
as a result of the raid, by withholding Social Security payments for them, the club had cheated the state out of at least 17.5 million euros.
See, what you're doing is
on top
you're
of
trying
its
to make
alleged
it.
tax
No, this is
evasion
good. You
that
should
might
run
be
this
released
defense
from
for
the Berlin
Hassan.
Customs Office. No,
You
Dan,
should run this
Wait,
defense for
wait,
Hassan.
and they did the raid.
Pause.
This is what they found.
And what did they say was happening when they raided it?
They said they said that there was
Exploited
suspected
women being trafficked in a brutal
what
and
did they
illegal
find,
system.
Dan? What did they find when they raided it?
Well, they ended
found
up.
fraud.
Yeah, no,
Found fraud.
they not
Yeah,
only
they
did
found
they
fraud
find
in the raid.
no, they wrong. A person went to jail for trafficking a minor.
Yeah,
You
person
remember?
went to jail later in a
You did
separate
20. Hold
case.
on, hold on. Before you out, real quick. What year did Hassan went to the brothel?
I know.
2010, right?
I've got all the answers. He went there in 2010, and the story about this footballer says that he moved to Berlin in 2013, and then that his victim escaped in 2015. So this girl seems to have been being pimped out by him in Berlin from 2013 to 15. Hassan was there in 2010. Again,
And what about
just
the
to-
Hells
just to be-
Angels brothel shit? What about that?
I don't know, but just to be clear with this thing, let's say Hassan went to this brothel and actually fucked someone who turned out to be a trafficked person, maybe even a trafficked like 17-year-old or whatever. Like, again, are we like, in this case, everyone who's ever been to the red light district also gets the same attention, right?
I think the people that I mean, I don't want to get into the sex work conversation.
This is part of why sex work is illegal in a lot of places, because you have
Sure, I'll follow on
fuzzy
that
boundaries.
one.
You have these
view-
fuzzy boundaries. We're not sure where people are coming from.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that those are all fair things to say in that circumstance.
But
I mean, the start of this,
could you see that-
I don't want
Wait, Dan, I want to hammer on this point. Okay, the brothel, after doing the raid that they did, where they were suspecting that people were being trafficked, the stuff they found was tax evasion. This is what your article says that you sent me.
that was the last one, right? That's just the one.
This is the Guardian.
Yeah, that's the last one saying that what they were doing. The two before that is where the guy went to jail for.
Yeah, but
that's what they could find. I mean, I don't know what they couldn't find. They have a very good court system over there. You know, if there's not enough proof, you know, it's notoriously difficult to do these sex crimes because you know people are afraid to come forward and say that they.
Did they even find this footballer guy?
Well, isn't it the case as well? Because I've like so one of my
sure? How do you
hang
know
on,
that?
Yes.
just to be. Couldn't this also be the case that I don't know how this brothel works, but I mean, I've had like a friend who's a stripper in the past. So like, but the way that they work is that they just go in and then they pay their whatever amount of money to work there for the night and then they leave. So if there's a trafficking thing going on, like the trafficking could happen from outside the establishment. So like an establishment can literally be hosting trafficked people like all the time and not know, right? Like, is that not part of it as well, or?
It could be. I mean, from the article.
So that's why they talk about the brothel in particular. But
the minor had to earn money as a prostitute, including at the Berlin brothel Artemis. So yes, it happened there. Look, I would say in this circumstance that you have some very good defenses that you can run for Hassan on why.
All I'm doing is just reading the article that you sent me.
So I'm going to read it again, and you tell me if this is not correct. Okay.
By withholding, so this is what they found with the raid. By withholding Social Security payments for them. Now, Dan, I read the title twice. I'm not hiding from anything. By withholding Social Security payments for them, the club had cheated the state out of at least 17.5 million euros on top of its alleged tax evasion. They confiscated 6.4 million euros in cash, cars, and property, including 12 apartments.
You know what you don't know is that, and later on, the club was found on those tax charges. They got off. Did you know that? You're not even bringing that part up.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't know about this story, but I read the articles that you send me, and they don't seem to support the narrative that Hassan is going out to the first two with the guy who was there.
Hold on, the narrative.
7 years. 7 years. Wait, how long was it? Like he went there 2010. The guy moved
Again,
to Berlin in 20.
I need you to stop because this is getting ridiculous. Okay.
Oh, Dan,
when I stop interrupting, I let you ramble. Okay. When someone says, "Hey, Tony went to Epstein Island in 2010, and then he came back later, and later on they raided it, and for actions that happened in 2015 to 2020," that's on you to go and say, "Well, yeah, but nothing was happening then." That, like, I swear, nothing was happening. I mean, not that I know of.
That's not how evidence works. That's not how evidence works.
I'm not saying. Hold on. Correct.
You're the one
right.
saying. You're the one implying. You're the one implying that he was there when stuff like this was happening.
Nope, I did not imply that. I said
that
in
is
fact
the implication.
later was raided.
That is
for
the
it.
implication. No, that is the implication.
So you're reading into that. Well, then
it
that's
was
something
raided
that
later. Somebody was arrested for sex trafficking. The implication.
So I said nothing that was false.
Is that Hassan was there while there was sex trafficking?
So I said nothing that was false.
There. No, Dan, do you agree that Hassan was there in what, 2010? Is this the date or the time?
I don't know when Hassan may have been there. If that's what Lonerbox is saying, I'll take his word for it.
This is like, okay, so we'll go with 2010. The footballer moved to Berlin in what, 2017?
2013.
2013? So 3 years later. Do we know if at the time that Hassan was there that they had any minors? Do we know that?
Are you asking me to prove a negative? No, I can't know.
This is not proving a no. Dan,
you are.
Dan, this is not proving a negative. This is saying
no. I do not have proof that there was minors there. I actually don't have proof that
any of the people working there, any of the people at any time, around the time when Hassan was there, do we have any evidence that any of them were minors?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that said from that date. No.
Okay, so I'm content with calling this a nonsense.
Okay.
I think you need more. I think you need more. Well, you were not, because you don't care if it's nonsense or not.
Would it be acceptable for me to say that you went to Epstein Island? And here's the great example. You ready for this? Oh, this is so good, Tony. This is so good.
Let me shut
the fuck up and listen for a second. No, it'll be better. Hassan has repeatedly called me a pedophile and called me Diddy Dan and things along those lines because because I took investment from a company that Diddy had ownership in at the time in 2009, before any of this happened. Do you deny that he does that and has done that repeatedly?
Oh, yeah, he has done that.
Okay, so is there any proof that anyone knew that Diddy was doing those things 5 years in the future?
I don't know anything about the Diddy case.
Oh, look who now is coming out saying they don't know about this situation.
I said I didn't know about the Hassan brothel case either. And then we read the articles that you sent.
Okay, go ahead and get yourself educated on Hassan.
I'm not Dan. This is not about Diddy. I don't
care.
You don't
want to talk about it.
It's not about Diddy. No, okay, Dan, I'm here to talk about it. I read the articles you sent me. I'm here engaging in good faith. I've been reading the stuff that you sent, the evidence you provided. That didn't say the stuff.
I feel very comfortable with this, with everything that I've said so far.
Dan, because you are comfortable lying. That's the problem.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. To say that Hassan Piker visited a brothel in 2010 that was later raided for suspected sex trafficking under a system of the German government called brutal and exploitative.
It was raided
later on, someone went to jail for trafficking a minor. That's a true statement. And I'm sorry that you don't want to come to terms with that.
No, Dan, it was raided for tax evasion. There was
later. You want me to read it again? Because everything I've said is true. I'll read it again. Hassan visited a sex trafficking brothel that was raided by police in a system that was called brutal and illegal and severely exploited dependent women. Okay? That's a true fact. And later on...
What are you reading from?
Super
I'm reading from the Guardian article.
6 out of 10 super chats to go.
It mentions Hassan.
Give me the super chats. 20 minutes.
What part of what I'm saying can you not comprehend here? I don't this is crazy.
You said you're going to read, and you're not reading the article.
Prostitution is legal in Germany, but
and were you lying when you just?
I can't read if you fucking interrupt me when I start reading.
Dan, were you pretending to read an article?
Oh,
no, Tony.
Is that what just happened?
No, it's literally right here.
Please,
Tony.
Where it mentions Hassan.
Just let Dan read the goddamn article.
No, Spider, please.
He doesn't want to because it's going to make him look retarded.
Dan,
I am more than happy to look through the article. I'm more than happy to read through the article. I'll read through it myself if you want. Where in the Guardian article does it mention Hassan?
It does not mention Hassan in the Guardian
So
article.
were you lying when you just did that? When you were pretending to read it and you mentioned Hassan?
I think you have a very odd version
No,
of
Dan,
what the word
Dan,
lying means.
Did you just do that? Did you just do that? Did you not just do that?
No, I did not do that.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
going to
lying.
say again.
So you're lying again. That's fine.
Just
read the article.
let me finish one paragraph, and you can tell me where the lie is.
But you
All
didn't,
right? Will you agree?
didn't read. So just read it. If you're gonna read, just stick to
you know
reading.
what? Stop. I'm going to just let me say a paragraph without you interrupting, and then you can tell me where the lie is. Are you ready?
Okay.
Can you do it without interrupting me? Just let me read.
I don't know, Dan. Can you do it
Let
without
me say
lying?
something. Tell you what, I'm not
Pretending
going
to
to read
read?
something. I'm not going to even read something. I'm going to say something, and you can tell me where the lie is. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Hassan Piker visited a
Wait,
brothel.
no. You hang on.
Okay,
You're
we
not
got.
reading from an article. You're
I
not
didn't say- I
reading
said I was
from an
gonna say
article.
it.
You
I
said
didn't
you're
say I
reading
was-
what, a paragraph? Did you write us like a little poem?
At the last,
What are
I
you reading?
don't know if you need a fucking instant rewind.
Dan,
I
what are you
literally
reading?
said that I was going to say it and not read at that point.
Dan, you
Damn.
said you were going to read from an article.
Are
Tony,
you
shut the fuck up.
retarded?
Dan,
Dan, you
Saltman,
said you were
shut the fuck
gonna
up.
read
No,
from an
Toy. Quiet.
Oh, Spider,
God
Spider.
damn. No.
I'm making
Spider,
a
he's
statement,
lying.
Tony.
Spider.
Hold on. Dan, what the fuck are you reading currently? What the fuck are you reading?
I'm just making a statement right now, okay?
No,
Because
you're not
Tony
fucking
doesn't want me to read.
Well, this is
I'm
your
reading
statement.
right now.
This is your statement that
This
you
is
made
my-
up. It's not from an article.
Correct. I'm making it up on the
Okay,
fly. And then I
okay,
want.
Thank you.
Can I say
Dan,
it?
thank you.
Can I
Thank
say
you
it?
for clarifying.
No,
I
that's not going to
appreciate
save you.
clarifying.
Okay.
Dan, I appreciate you clarifying.
Can I say it and then you tell me where the lie is in my statement?
Go ahead.
Okay. You ready? Now this is just me saying stuff, not reading. You ready?
Okay, so you're not reading from an article.
Correct. I'm
We've
just saying
established
stuff.
that.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Hassan Piker paid for sex at a brothel that was
Doing-
later. Sorry. What?
No, keep reading.
Okay. Can we do this without? Would you just shutting the fuck up while I read? Are you capable of doing that? Like literally, just mute.
I mean,
just
you've
mute
both
yourself
been
for 30
interrupting the fuck
seconds.
out of each other, but yeah, Dan go, and then Tony's gonna go next with no interruptions.
Yeah, please.
Go on.
Hassan Piker paid for sex at a brothel that was later raided by the German police in what The Guardian said was a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. There was even an individual that was sent to jail for trafficking a minor there.
Okay, Tony.
There's my statement.
The one thing is, do we know that Hassan actually paid for sex there?
Do you think that they fucked him for free?
I don't know if he fucked anybody there. Did that happen or did it not happen? I'm asking you.
I think this is getting, bro. Are you
Look,
fucking
Dan-
with me right
Dan-
now?
No, Dan, this is what people do at brothels. Do we actually know that Hassan did this?
Yes, he said that he had sex. He paid for sex at the brothel.
You said that.
Yes.
Do you have the clip of him saying that?
Is this Hassan Piker's strongest warrior?
No,
because
Dan,
if so, I
Dan.
feel very good about my chances.
Dan, this is like your thing. No, Dan, this is like your thing. You should.
Sure, I will bring it up for you.
Dan.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Also, I
think it's our brain dead. Goddamn. Fuck. GG chat. I know you're watching right now. Linkers.
Pedro,
Drop the
did
fucking
you?
article in GG chat.
Pedro, do you have something to contribute here? You're German.
Oh yeah. You asked about the reputation of the brothel in Berlin, right?
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I can say something about that. I'm from Berlin. It's like it is. I think it now is. I don't know if it always was the biggest brothel in Berlin. It had a reputation for being extremely luxurious, and I don't think it's even called like a brothel formally. It's like
Okay.
a beauty.
A direct
Oh,
quote from
something?
Piker.
Dan, someone's
Okay.
speaking. What the fuck?
Sorry, my bad. I didn't hear him.
Dan,
And-
Go ahead,
speak
Pedro.
now.
Go ahead, Pedro.
And it's such a big establishment. It's become kind of a meme. I don't know when this started, but when young tourists would ask what to do in Berlin, they would always get the recommendation to go to Artemis.
Are you
Yeah,
trying to
and
suggest that someone who went there, it would be quite silly to implicate someone who went there because it was later found out that trafficking was happening at the brothel? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well,
Pedro?
I think so, but
Yeah.
especially because I'm sure you can find articles on this, but prior to this, at least, it was kind of known to be like a particularly ethical establishment, like not just
sorry,
a random
did you
brothel,
say a
but
particularly ethical establishment.
well, it gave the it put not a lot of pressure on the prostitutes. It gave them a lot of freedom to decline clients and everything like that.
Was it suspected to have minors?
Well,
Do you know about?
not that I have no idea, but well, I don't read brothels. I would always presume that it's possible that they employ like traffic women.
Do you know if its reputation changed at all over time? Like, was it worse around the time this footballer was trafficking his girlfriend there than it was when?
Well, I think this case in particular did a lot of reputational damage to it. I think that's also part of why they later got awarded some money back from the state. But
they were
I don't know. I wasn't around. I wasn't like paying attention in 2010, so I don't know what it would have been when Hassan was there.
All right, so
what was that? They were awarded money by the state.
The quote that you asked for.
Well, that was for the tax rate.
Wait, what?
We already said this.
No, we didn't talk about this. We haven't mentioned this.
Okay, well,
they were paid compensation.
The owner of the place, yes, the owner of the building.
Why didn't you
not
mention
the guy that went to jail? I literally said that they were found not guilty.
You said they were found not guilty. You didn't say they were compensated.
Oh,
dude. Wait, so
do you think this makes your thing stronger? I already said they were found not guilty.
And you keep citing this raid. You keep citing this raid as evidence against the brothel and against Hassan. They were compensated over it afterwards.
I already said they were found not guilty.
Dan, this isn't.
You still haven't come back and said if my statement had a lie or anything untrue in it.
Well, I was asking about whether we knew if Hassan.
Yes, here you go. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis, in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there, Hiker said. I don't hide it. I don't give a shit.
Okay. So we did have sex there.
So he did go.
So is there anything that I've said that's a lie now?
Well, you said. The other things you were saying, like they were later raided. They were raided for tax reasons.
I can say it again.
And then they were raided. Again, they were raided for tax reasons, and they were paid in compensation.
What you're doing is what I would expect Hassan's No.
No, Dan,
You are doing what the club owner was.
Story. Dan, I'm looking
at this story. You're running defense for Hassan, and I expect you to. This is part of the game, as I say.
No, Dan.
Not lying.
I'm running defense for the truth. I'm running defense for the truth. You're lying by omission. You're lying by omission by constantly citing this raid that they were compensated for.
Listen to me. I am saying something that is completely factual. Now, if you want to run defense for that,
yes, but it's misleading.
Okay, so Al Capone, why was he? Why did the feds go after him?
Well, they went after him because they wanted him off the streets.
No, what was the reason? Was it because of the murders? The murders and the gangs, that type of stuff?
They went after him because they wanted him off the streets because of the public interest, because he had done like the Valentine's Day massacre and all this other shit. They knew that.
Yeah, but they didn't charge him for any of that. They couldn't get him for that.
No, I know. I understand the hypothetical, but this brothel raid doesn't seem like that at all. They paid them back in compensation.
I'm confused. You say it doesn't
seem like that. They issued an apology.
Why would they lead?
Has issued an apology to a
Why would they lead with a brutal system of oppression?
€1 million in compensation over a raid that happened 7 years ago.
Lonerbox, stop being Timu Destiny. Nobody likes it. Okay.
Come on. Look it up. Wait, so what the fuck is this Al Capone fucking conversion, motherfucker? What's the main goal between Tony and Dan? So what the fuck?
The thing is, Tony wants to hold me to a standard that Hassan does not hold himself to, and I refuse to do it. So when Hassan wants to call me a pedophile and call me Diddy Dan and all that type of stuff, when there's no basis of the truth in that, I will not go and run defense for him. I'm not going to be better than Hassan. I'm not going to tie my hands behind my back when I'm dealing with someone who has way bigger of a platform than I do, way more exposure than I do, just so that you can feel better. Sorry, Hassan does this very thing that you're criticizing me for on a daily basis, and I have no charity for him whatsoever. He says repeatedly, okay, he's called me a pedophile. He says that I'm Diddy Dan, okay? He wants to go and put this stuff on me for stuff that happened and it was exposed. What? How many years ago was it that that Diddy was exposed for this shit? It was like 3 years ago, right? And you want to come at me for this type of shit? That's like the equivalent of me doing this towards Hassan. Right? So I don't know what you could possibly say in this circumstance here that would make you think that you have any leg to stand on whatsoever. I'm holding Hassan to the same standard he holds me to. And if you want me to change this
standard... You're saying is no standard. You're saying is no standard.
I fight fire with the exact level of fire that's fought against me.
So if Hassan starts
doing deep fake, I haven't lied about. I'm actually better than Hassan.
Well, you have lied. You've lied in this conversation.
Nope, I have not. Show me which part of what I've said is a lie. You know how I know it's not a lie? I will say it on repeat, and no one can.
The stuff that you said you didn't lie, the stuff you said that you had never said.
I'm going to say it again, and then you can point out which part is a lie. I'm going to say it again. You can point out which part is a lie.
I'm talking about something previously in the conversation.
Which thing?
Where you had talked about. I had said that you were willing to lie and clip chip people, and then we find the clip of you saying that you are willing to lie.
No, you said that I was willing to lie, and I never said that.
Just said in your screed that Hassan does it, so it's okay that I do it, that I misrepresent.
You're grossly.
That I will not do this. That I will not do this thing and try to maintain some better standard to feel better. It's like, Dan, you don't have to lie to make bad people look bad. They make themselves look bad all the time. I hate Hassan because of the things that he has actually done. I hate him for the things that he's actually done.
I hate him for the things he's done.
Said. But I also care about the truth because the truth matters.
I agree, which is why I don't lie.
Dan,
Which part of what the paragraph I said was a lie? I said that Hassan Piker visited a brothel that was later raided for suspected sex trafficking, and as a result of that, there was someone that went to jail for trafficking a minor. That's a factual fucking statement.
These are factual statements. They are misleading.
Actually, Hassan wasn't there. Yeah, then then call me the misleading king.
That matters.
Yes,
that matters.
I am misleading.
That matters. Okay? That does matter. Yes, you are misleading. Yes, Dan. Yes, Dan.
Wait, is that more or less misleading than Hassan when he goes out there and calls me Diddy Dan? More or less.
Well, wasn't there grooming on Tiny Chat?
Are you fucking with me right now?
No, Dan, seriously, wasn't there grooming on Tiny Chat? Didn't that happen?
You are a Hassan fan. These are things that I can't fucking...
I do not like Hassan. I hate Hassan. Do you want me to rattle off the list of things I hate about Hassan?
Hassan has called me a pedophile.
Maybe he's basing that off of this, much like you're calling him a pedophile, saying he went to
I haven't called him a pedophile.
Implying that he fucked a child. That's what you did.
I didn't imply that I was a pedophile.
And that's what the implication is of him going to the
you're misunderstanding something.
He didn't say,
listen to me, he didn't say, I think, under the circumstance and imply. He just called me a pedophile, okay?
Yeah, I haven't called him a pedophile.
Nope.
You lied about it. You keep citing this raid that the city apologized for and paid them back in restitution.
Oh, sorry. Wait, that guy that went to jail for trafficking a minor, they paid him money?
As far as we can tell, that had no connection to this.
That had no connection?
You haven't established any connection to this.
What do you mean? He was working at Artemis.
He was there.
She was working at Artemis.
She was working at Artemis. Did they find her as part of the raid? Dan, did they find her as part of the raid?
Say that? What? This is, your debating style is poor, is what I would say.
And you're not good at debates. You've admitted this yourself. That's why you won't debate people like Pisco. You know you're wrong. Yeah. You know you'll lie. It doesn't matter to you.
I haven't lied at all. Yeah. I've asked you to say which part of what I said was a lie.
You said repeatedly that you're fine with lying, but it's okay, Dan.
I haven't said it once. You're lying that I'm lying.
You said it 2 minutes ago, Dan.
Never did. Then clip it. Clip me saying I'm okay lying because I haven't said that.
Well, I can't say that. You said Hassan does it to me, so it's okay if I do it to him. I don't have to give him charity. I don't have to feel good about this stuff. I don't want to do maintain some higher standard. It's like, Dan, you don't have to lie to make bad people look bad. Hassan makes himself look bad. Right?
I'm not lying, and I haven't, and I
Houthi support for Hezbollah. All this
I haven't, and I won't.
Refusal to support Kamala Harris. All these things are bad, terrible things.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you think so much.
I do think so, and I also hate that he does doxing. I hate that he platformed Bad Fantano, who's a deranged, insane freak. He platformed him, boosting the doxes of a ton of people.
I'm just looking at your Twitter here. Are you sure you're not a Hassan fan?
No, I'm not a Hassan fan. I hate Hassan.
Are you sure?
I've written, Dan, if you look through my replies, you will find that I have written about how I hate Hassan.
You got a manifesto?
Okay. I think that what you are, I will give you this. I think first and foremost, I think you hate Destiny more than anything else in the entire world. And I think that is your right to do.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know that. That's fine.
But I hate him for the
that-
things that he's done. That's
I don't give a shit
important
why you hate him at all. I don't care.
Well, Dan, because it's part of the thing. You don't have to lie to make bad people look bad.
you're
An
right,
accurate
I
understanding
haven't
of
lied.
Destiny's story leads to me thinking that he is a despicable, hateable person.
I would, you know,
An
what, you should
accurate
tell this
reading of
to
Hassan's
Hassan.
story, you could also hate him. I think he's done very bad things. I don't think it's as bad as Destiny, but you don't have to lie about the stuff that he does to hate him.
Yeah, you know, how much do you think Hassan lies?
I don't care.
You don't want to
because
answer?
if you,
Oh,
no,
well then, can
Dan,
I
if he
use that? I'll
lies-
just say
no,
I don't
Dan,
care about his stuff.
Dan, yes, I know you don't. Dan,
So-
you don't have to
ooh, you
lie.
turned-
Dan, just admit
Yeah,
that,
I know.
okay? You don't have to lie to make bad people look bad.
I agree.
You don't have to. So why
Yeah,
do you
and
do
I don't.
it?
I
Why don't you stop?
I don't do it.
You just said that you are fine with doing it. You've done
Nope.
it in this conversation.
I didn't.
You did. We can review it. I can
Sure.
point to
I'm
the
happy.
lie.
Let's review.
So one is you lie about this brothel, implying that he went there.
Did not. He did go there. That's
they
not a
were-
lie.
Okay, the implication of what you were saying is that
Oh,
he
so
went there
you're
and fucked a
saying that
child.
my phrasing isn't acceptable to you? That's not a
Oh,
lie.
Dan, it's like
You're
when he
lying by
calls you
admission.
Kitty Dan. When he
You're
calls you
lying by
Kitty
admission
Dan,
by
you
not
didn't
addressing
Dan.
how much Hassan lies right now.
I just-
And you're also a propagandist liar, and you don't care about the truth.
Oh, Dan, I do care about the truth. I read the
I don't think
articles
that you do.
sent me.
If
I
you're
read
a
the
pro-
articles
So
you
when I read
sent
an
me.
article
They didn't
in
support
here-
your conclusions.
When I look at your tweets and you say things like, let's see, you called legal mindset a sex tourist. Do you have any evidence that
Yes.
he paid for sex in one of those
I don't
places?
have evidence that he paid for sex, but
Well,
he ran
it
a channel
sounds
called
like, it
Go
sounds
East.
like you
He ran
may
a
be
channel
taking
called
some
Go
liberties.
East, where he was
Okay.
talking about some countries where it was. Where
I have
the
evidence that
countries where
Hassan
it's legal
paid
to
for
fuck
sex.
kids.
Okay, well, that's like me saying that Hassan went to a fucking brothel that a kid got fucked in. So we're kind of on the
yes.
same page, you know?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we are at all.
Like,
don't know why
He,
you
was,
got
he
it.
made a channel. It was a guide for how people can go and do sex tourism in these countries. You took the Hassan brothel thing, which was a brothel that got raided once, years after Hassan was there. It wasn't over underage trafficking.
Do you think that the
stuff they
kids that
found
were
in the
fucked
raid,
at
and the stuff they
on
found
Epstein
in
Island,
the raid,
if
the
it
stuff
happened
they
to
found
happen
in the
years later,
raid,
did they not
what they
count?
found in the raid was tax fraud. They found tax fraud.
Yeah, just like
And
Capone.
the brothel was later paid back €250,000.
What about that guy that went to jail though for sex
You were
trafficking?
paid back €250,000.
Was the guy who went to
There was
jail
one
for sex
separate
trafficking?
case
Did he go to,
years
did he
later.
get money back?
Yes, but there is no connection. As far as we can tell, there is no connection.
Why would you say, as far as we
between
can
that
tell?
person
He worked
and
at
this
Artemis.
raid. He worked at Artemis. Did
Yeah.
they find him in this raid?
Well, the raid happened in
find that in-
2013. They could have been there for who knows.
So
how
you have
long.
Dan, you have no idea if they found that because of this raid.
You don't either.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I'm not making a claim that he did. Like you
Okay.
are.
I
Like you
didn't
are, like
make
you
that
just
claim.
did.
I
You did
said
make that
that
claim. You
Hassan
just made
Piker
that claim.
visited a brothel that was later raided for sex trafficking. And
Okay,
that's
but these
true.
are
I don't
misleading
know what happened
statements.
earlier. It's not misleading.
These are facts. These are facts. This is a list
If someone
of
went
facts.
to Epstein Island,
And this is a list
I would
of
say
facts.
that this person went to Epstein Island and later on it would determine that there was sex trafficking going on there. Not good. You're like, well, they didn't know. Show me in the things where it shows that it was happening 3 years earlier. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Wait, Dan, Tony.
No, Dan, you're
Let me
trying to
check
use a
real
raid or that they were paid back in restitution. to
One
say that
person was,
Hassan-
another one went to jail.
No, the person who went to jail is a separate case, as far as we know.
quick. Wait, Lonerbox, can you still hear the
The case
combo?
that they were found was for like tax evasion. This is tax evasion. This is not
One
related.
of, one of the people that was charged with it is tax
and the
evasion.
German guy who came in said that the place has a
This
reputation.
is like an
for
excellent
being-
article. This is like an excellent argument that you can have on Twitter about why Hassan is not a bad guy for doing this. I don't mind.
No,
right?
Dan,
Wait, Tony, Dan, let me just interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Dan, when you say that like Hassan brothel shit, right? When he got raided.
First off, I
When
don't
you
think
say,
I've said that in quite a while, but that's fine.
Well, like Dan, you can see why people get like a little bit worried with your statements, right? Like when you say that like Hassan went to a brothel, which he did, the same place that got raided for tax evasion or had like
Well, it didn't
like,
get raided for
sex
tax
trafficking.
evasion. It got raided because of suspected sex trafficking in a system called brutal and exploitive.
But when you group Hassan in that statement, when the whole sex trafficking statement together, like, can you see why people might interpret that as like you're implementing Hassan into the same place? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Like,
the thing is, I don't know if I should I give it more or less credence when he calls me a pedophile? Like, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Is it more or less under that circumstance?
Are you asking me that?
Sure. Either of you.
But sorry, what was the question?
With me or Dan?
Is it more or less dishonest for me to say a factual statement that Hassan went to a brothel that was raided for sex trafficking and later someone went to jail for trafficking a minor there? Is that more or less dishonest? Because what I just said, by the way, is true. Now you can go and look into that more and be like, okay, what are the dates?
Let
me finish. Shut the fuck up.
Dan, I understand. I get what you're saying. You don't need to like.
What is the untrue statement? Okay, is what Hassan does repeatedly. Okay, that's just lying. So when you say someone that lies, when you say that someone is a pedophile or someone is a rapist, that is a lie. That is not a okay, but you have to look into it more. That's just a lie. Okay, what I've done is said something that's 100% truthful. And first off, I haven't said this in 6 months or more. Okay, so to be clear, if you're upset with someone, be upset with Hassan for not even just stretching the truth, if you might want to put it that way, but lying. Just lying. But you don't have any smoke for him because all you care about.
I do have smoke for him. I've had smoke for him in this conversation.
Do not
lie about what I represent.
And hating destiny. That's it.
A vile kitten house. You're looking at like the last two things.
Looking at your Twitter. No, I'm looking at your Twitter.
Why don't we look at your?
Yeah,
one thing is, let's look at the reply that I wrote.
My shit is all Hassan all the time.
Oh my god. Okay, but Dan, can you understand why people might think that you're applying that fucking Hassan Piker went to the brothel, but you're applying that like Hassan was there when the fucking sex fucking raid happened? Like, can you understand why people think like you might be implying that Hassan was there when the shit got raided, with the whole sex trafficking shit?
I've said a truthful statement, and now if people want to take something away from that, which I think could be taken away because I don't know what happened in the years previously, then I think that's acceptable to have them make that inference as a result. However, I have not made that inference. I would be comfortable putting that in the New York Times. That's how much I know that statement is not a lie, because I couldn't get sued for it, because it's true. Okay? Now you can say, but, and you can do that all day. But what I said is true. What Hassan said is untrue. That's why, if I wanted to, I could go fucking ham on Hassan, because he's done so much per se defamation against me. He can never come down and say anything against me ever. So that's the difference of the two things. What I said, I can publish in the New York Times, and Hassan can't do anything about it. What Hassan said about me, he can't even put on a fucking blog without committing actual defamation. That's a difference. One of these is a lie, it's a slander, or libel, I should say, or slander if they spoke it, okay? This one, I can write in the New York Times. So I hope you understand the difference here between what's a lie versus what's something that is a true statement that could be up to interpretation as to what the reader takes away from that.
If he's lying, why haven't you sued him?
Because it's more fun knowing that Hassan can't do anything against me ever in the future, because he's called me a pedophile so many times.
Well, that's the fun part, not...
Yeah, just knowing that he's helpless to do anything.
You haven't sued him?
I haven't sued Hassan.
He's helpless to do anything. He's going there making millions of dollars, like, all the time.
Not as much as he was. You really sounds like a Hassan fan. Are you sure?
No. Dan, I hate these people. I hate
I can tell. It sounds
I hate Bad Empanada. I
really hate Hassan. I can tell.
Dan,
as for why I haven't
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It is. It's wild.
That you feel the need to lie about these people. Like,
if
he's lying about you constantly, why don't you just sue him? Again, just repeat that, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, what? That he's sitting here on his stream, apparently lying about you all the time, making tons of money while he does it.
Okay.
You're not suing him? You don't think it would be good to sue him?
I think it would be expensive to go back and forth. I think I have an open and shut case. I absolutely think that. However, going down that road...
Have you talked to a lawyer about it?
Have I talked to a lawyer about suing Hassan? No.
For defamation, yes. The things you say, they're obvious defamation. You haven't done it?
Nope.
Have you
I already said
considered
why.
doing
No.
it? Well, your reason was that what? You have fun saying Hassan can't do anything to you while he's on his stream every day making outrageous amounts of money and talking shit at you. And you're
He's
just
not
like
making
letting it
outrageous
happen?
amounts of money.
He's
You know what?
making pretty
I want you to
outrageous
understand
amounts of
something. You ready for this? I'm worth more money than Hassan is. I don't have to stream every day. I've been married for 20 years. I have a great family. I can fuck off and do a vacation all year if I want to, and I do exactly what I want to do every day, which is fuck
Is that
with
why you're
Hassan.
going like get drunk tonight
unlike-
and sit in spicy chat with people berating you for how much
What?
of a shitty person you've been? Do you
First
remember
off,
that? Like you'd
that's
sit
not-
by the pool,
I had a lot of
post pictures of your car. You redact
lot
all
of
the
fans.
messages afterwards. I don't know why. Even
First
like
off,
fucking food.
I own Redact.
And people,
You right now are coping pretty hard. Are you trying to say that I have a sad
I'm-
life?
yeah.
Okay,
You go
well,
on Twitter.
wrong.
You're on Twitter all the time, obsessing over Hassan, and you won't like saying he's defaming you. Like, oh no, Mr. Hassan, he's constantly lying, calling me a pedophile. You
You know,
doxed
at
the
least-
other guy who said you were a pedophile. You doxed the other guy who said you were a pedophile. And you what? You went after him legally, but you're not doing that with Hassan.
Sure.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. If you
Well,
really
you don't.
believe
It
these
doesn't. It
things are
doesn't need to.
defamation,
You don't see. That's the thing. You don't have to do stuff if you don't want to. That's kind of the idea of fuck you money. Is you can choose and play the
What, so
hands
you're
as
just
you want
like-
to.
the pathetic rape victim just lies there and let Hassan do whatever
I
he
mean,
wants.
if you want to be honest, I kind of feel like Hassan's the rape victim here. Like, all of the normies know him now as a dog abuser. His credibility is fucking shot. Yeah, it's kind of winning. Kind of winning. It feels good to be like this level of a winner. Hassan's
Then I don't-
basically crying on his stream yesterday. It feels
Then
good.
even-
It does.
Even DGG are like, you're going too far. Even food shops, Dan. The open pedophile is like, I hate Dan.
Yeah.
Like Dan, that sucks. That's sad. Dan, I
feel
am sad
fine
for
with my
that.
situation.
Dan,
You can
I
be sad because you have nothing going on in your life. All you have is
Dan,
hating
I have
destiny.
things going.
You don't.
And all you have is hating Hassan. You have all
See,
these
that's
like.
where you're.
Dan,
That's where you're wrong. I
Dan,
already told you. I've already.
Dan, I
made
like
my
you as a
wealth.
person. I
I've
like
already
you as
made
a
my
person.
wealth.
I think
I've already
you're
had
funny.
a family.
You
I'm
do all
married.
this,
You
like-
are single,
Yes,
jerking
so why
off
are
to
you
porn
spending?
all
So
day.
why are you spending all of your
Fucking
time
shit, I was
on
meant to
shit
say
like
child
this?
porn there.
Getting drunk by the pool.
I
falling
don't
in
get drunk by the pool.
sometimes. Getting drunk by the pool, sitting in spicy chat. that
Haven't
you've
gotten drunk
banned
by the
from-
pool.
You've gotten banned from for doxing, by the way. For doxing,
You're
by the
repeating
way.
yourself
Keep that in mind.
in a very sad attempt at making me look poor here, and it's just not going very
I don't
well
know,
for
Dan,
you.
like you're hated by all the people who are on your side. You sit there like
I don't.
just
I
pathetic loser,
disagree with
constantly
you.
going after somebody. You won't sue. You won't sue him. You'll just let him endlessly rape you on his stream.
I am not suing him.
Whoa.
Yeah, first off, to be clear, not suing him is a very strategic choice. I know that would be
Well, very
content and
strategic.
fun.
Choice, very strategic. But you said you had a very strong defamation case. You just said that.
I would. Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't you sue him?
Because it costs money, and you have to prove damages, and the amount of money that you would get back probably wouldn't be equal to the cost of suing him in that case, because he has enough
You
money to
think so?
defend himself.
Have you talked to a lawyer about it?
No, I haven't. I don't need
I
to
think
talk to a lawyer to understand that. There is no attorney's fees on defamation cases.
I think you're. I don't think this is. I don't think you
Man,
actually.
this convo's kind of
real
brain dead. I'm not gonna.
defamation case.
I think you have no idea what you're talking about. Like that's
Yes,
the
I don't-
problem.
I don't know about the law. I don't pretend to know about the law. I don't pretend to know about things that I don't understand.
Well, I do.
That's
I
why.
have
That's
a
why
good
we just
understanding.
did. That's why. Dan. That's why we just went through that whole rigmarole. That whole rigmarole
It's
with
rigmarole.
the brothels, where we find that this raid that you mentioned, they
Was
later
truthful.
apologized for it.
I did not
It did
apologize.
happen, and it did
Oh,
happen.
they apologize.
The city
Yeah, you're right.
they
I'll
apologized
say
and
it
paid him
again.
a quarter
I'll say it
of a
again.
million
Son
euros.
went to a brothel that was raided under suspected brutal exploitation of its workers, and later, as a result of that, someone went to jail for trafficking a
Hang on,
minor.
You don't know that if it was a result of that. You don't know that.
I know that they went to jail as a minor. I
You
didn't
know,
say anything.
somebody
about
went to jail. Somebody
There's
went to
nothing-
jail. It
nothing
was a separate
that's-
footballer.
I've said
There
nothing
was a
false.
foot-
Hey,
But Dan,
if I said
Dan,
something
where's
false,
the evidence?
why aren't I getting sued for it? What's wrong? Why isn't Hassan suing me in your own
I
words?
don't know, maybe he
Maybe because
he
it's
will, I
not a
don't know.
fucking lie. Maybe because it's the truth, everything I just said. I would print what I just said any day of the week, all day, in any magazine, ever. Because there's nothing about what I've said is a lie. And you
But what
can't
is
come
that
to terms of that. You can't come to terms of that.
What is
Nothing
that
I've
you
said is a
don't-
lie. You're just trying to run defense.
You
You're
haven't
like,
established a link.
Actually, that's not the case. You
And
have
you
to say
haven't
this
established
year
a link
and this year and that year.
between the
No, you can
raid-
go do that. You can go crash out in your Twitter that has like fucking
I'm the one
no
crashing out
motion
right now.
whatsoever with your 77 followers and fucking
I made
whine
it.
and
I just
bitch
sit
and
here and I
moan.
yell at the world. It's fun.
You do.
That's it.
You're
I
coming
just
here,
argue with
right? That's the
people.
whole idea.
And I'm
I was just having
arguing
a
with you
conversation
right
about
now.
fun stuff, and you had to come in here because this
Oh
is
my
all you
God.
have. It's sad. It is sad. I
All
don't
you
know what
have
to
to
tell
think,
you.
look,
See, you
you
can say
sit
that
here,
my way. I have a
talk
lot
about
of stuff
Hassad
going on. You have
every
nothing.
day.
All you have is
What
hating
do you have
Destiny.
going on? You have Hassad, you have the Dan Clancy hate, you have drinking by the pool and falling in. You have what, your car with the stupid
First off,
sideways
I fell in the
dash?
pool when I was shooting an
Tony,
iguana. You
Tony.
can't even get your facts correct.
Like when you
You just
missed
lied.
shooting
You just
iguana.
lied.
Wait, did you say you have Mossad? What was that? What was that last part? Did you say that or did I mix it up?
I don't think
Took
he said
one.
Mossad, David. You're just hearing what you want to hear.
Wait, Tony, but when you say spicy chat, everyone is in fucking spicy chat. LonerUnboxed is fucking every fucking content creator is in fucking spicy chat, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but there's only like 20 people or so.
Wait, didn't your guy? I think I know of a few other people that got banned from there, right?
Yeah, a few people.
Because you
but,
get banned or something? What the fuck?
Yeah, I could think there's quite a few people that have got in there. You know?
LonerUnboxed got banned.
Yeah,
Ah,
you
just kidding.
and you got banned
No.
for doxing.
No way.
Oh, I didn't know you're known to have my
the
mod
real liar,
logs. Interesting.
the real liar in this
Grab your
conversation
what?
is Spider. Let's be 100% here. Anyways, if since this conversation is looping, I thought
It is looping a little bit, but once again, I think it's been. I haven't lied, not
I
once.
agree. But I would like
Thank
to
you,
ask.
thank you
dear
for
friend-
not for agreeing. I appreciate
you're
that. I haven't lied
content-
once.
Then you're content to make implications that you know are incorrect about this brothel story.
Hmm.
I would like
You
to.
tried to do that in this
Hold on,
conversation.
let me think on that because I will take this honestly. I'm content to let the viewer make their own decision
Even if it's
to
wrong.
do their own research based off the data that I have said that is truthful. That is true. Now, is it likely that the viewer that will not do any additional research might come to a conclusion that is beneficial to me? I think that's true, for sure. But I think that's better than what Hassan does daily. So as a result of that, I think I come out mostly acceptable.
So
Yeah.
again, this is the thing that I said.
There
in the
is no lie
beginning.
here. You can't just say this is a lie
Oh, Dan,
and make
Dan,
it true.
This
It's not.
is
There's no
the
lie.
clip chimping. This is the clip chimping. This is the misrepresenting. This
There's
is
no
the being
misrepresenting.
okay.
Nope. Everything I've said is true.
You just said that you were okay with people coming away with the conclusion
Doing their own
that
research.
is incorrect. You just said, yes, even if it's incorrect.
What a part of what I said is incorrect.
No,
Wait,
you used
can I
a
hear
string of
you?
facts and you're
Wait,
content with
real
people
quick.
coming
Yeah,
away with
yeah.
the conclusion that is incorrect.
Okay, I had a different topic that I was going to bring up, but fuck it. Let me just ask a clarifying question to Tony. What was your original claim when you came into this call? Did you say that Dan said that he was going to misconstrued clips and try to make other people look bad, or did you have a different claim when you first came in? What was your original
I
claim?
said that he was open. I said that he was fine with lying, and I believe that misrepresenting is
he
lying.
likes to lie. He said he's okay lying to people. Like you said that is what he said.
He
Would you
won't
say that
admit
you
it.
lied
That's
about
what he
that? Would you say that you lied about that, or
No, I
or
did not
is
lie about
only-
that. That was correct. That was correct from the clips that we have seen
Wait,
from
you
his
saw
conduct
where he
in
said
this
he's okay with
conversation.
lying? You said it in the
His
clip. He
conduct and his statements
said-
in this conversation. He says that he is fine misrepresenting the truth, leading people to have false conclusions, leading people to the wrong places because
Wait,
it is
so-
beneficial to him. This is the exact claim I made at the start. This is
Isn't
what
this
he
what you're
just
doing right
affirmed.
now?
This is what
Isn't
he
this what
just
you're
affirmed.
wait? Isn't this what you're doing right now? Because you didn't actually say the statement that's true. You said a misleading statement that said that he's openly okay with lying. That was what he said. Is it not
Clip
you? Just
chipping is
is it
lying.
not the pot?
Clip
Aren't you the
chipping
pot?
No,
is
no,
lying.
David. That's the opposite of what Tony's doing. What Tony's doing is he's going with like he thinks that what Dan is doing is like the fucking Jordan Peterson tactic when he's doing that debate about women in the fucking workplace, and he's like, "Oh, I think women in the workplace and men are really bad, and I think there's like a big problem. There's so many problems. We don't really know what to do. We don't know what the rules are." I was like, okay, but it sounds like he's implying that he wants some kind of policy to happen to separate men and women in the workspace, but he doesn't commit to it. Like he thinks he's doing that, right? So he's accusing Dan of basically giving people like every single piece of the puzzle that they need apart from the last one, and then just leaving the puzzle hanging there. But everyone knows what fits the last piece, but Dan won't say it. So when you say that Hassan went to a brothel that was done for fucking sex trafficking, and there was the footballer who went there, even though his operation happened at a different time from the time Hassan went there, all that. But he knows that by saying all these factual claims and maybe omitting a couple of other claims, then that's just going to leave the average person thinking that Hassan went to a fucking brothel, like a sex trafficking ring, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Tony's accusing him of lying, because it's the same effect.
Okay. So I do get that, but I believe that was what was the developed position after he was pushed on it. I think the first thing was about the lying, but I'll say
it's
that.
been the same from the
You think
start.
he said that
From the start, the
he's
clip chipping
first-
is lying.
Okay. Well, the first statement was, I'm pretty sure you said two things. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure you said.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Real quick. Are you a liar then, Tony? If I was to find some of your stuff that was clipped out of context without more information, are you a liar?
Which clips?
No. I'll get into that first. I just want to know if you're a liar. Because if a liar is calling me a liar, you might know. You might have some insider information.
The question is, would you apply the same
I
standard?
care.
The question, so we don't.
And
lose,
I
so we don't
care about the stuff that I tweet, even though my Twitter platform is fucking like nothing. I have like
I mean, he
20
got into a
people.
little touch. So.
If you have something where I am lying on it, I'm fine with deleting it. I'll delete it right now.
I don't care about you deleting stuff. I'm just asking about when you clip chip something.
I don't
Is
clip
that lying?
things. I clip things.
You clip
Try to
something, would you
accurately
be a
represent
liar?
them and try to narrativize with what I think about them. That's what I do with it. I'm just yelling into the void. It's just for
Okay.
fun.
I mean, Hush responded to you.
But the
Bro,
problem,
that's
the
what I
problem is
fucking-
that, okay, so am I fucking
Go ahead.
mental for saying this? But is it not very obvious that someone can imply something quite very strongly and pretty much unambiguously with what they're saying, with a collection of totally true facts? They can imply things, and we can all know what the implication is. We all acknowledge that happens, right? For one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
And then do we not also acknowledge that saying something that is technically inaccurate, like not, could actually be referring to something that is completely true and is, so say for example, if I want to say that Hassan supports re-education camps, Hassan has never said he supports re-education camps. He said the opposite. He said like, and then he gives this whole like weird roundabout explanation as to what would actually happen in these re-education places or whatever. But given that there's a wealth of literature from the last 100 fucking years of communist regimes, and every time re-education happens, it happens in a camp. It's probably quite, like, in the context of the conversation, it's quite reasonable to assume that what's being referred to here, at least in the eyes of most of his like audience and all that people who support this stuff, would probably be camps. It sounds like a camp thing, and then him not wanting to commit to the camp. So do you see how in one way you can say a bunch of true things that lead to a lie, but you can also say an inaccurate thing that actually illustrates a truth? Do we agree that this is a thing?
But yeah, sure.
Okay.
I got the first one. Dan Saltman, deranged doxer harasser, who said Destiny could rape and kill his entire family and he wouldn't stop being friends with them. That's not true.
You did say that. You did say that.
I said he could rape and kill my family.
Yes.
And I would still be friends with him. Okay. Source needed on that. And that's going to be one of those fucking major, like, you're leaving out quite a bit of context, because that must be fucking laughing my ass off at that, because there's no way I would say that and have that be realistic. Like, so you're about to be...
You did say that.
So I was serious. I was like, yeah, dude,
the last time we looked up a clip.
Yes, find this clip.
Said it was.
Find this clip.
Dan, you're trying to play this game. You're trying to play this game.
No,
You're
I'm just...
pretending this stuff
I want to
doesn't
know.
exist when you know it exists. I know you said this. I saw you say it live.
We're talking about context here. I never said that someone could rape and kill my family,
Well, you said,
and then
you
I
said
would be
that
friends
you-
with... No, I know what
You
I
did say
said.
that.
I said
You
that
said
if
friends.
Destiny killed someone, I'd help him hide the body, but I wouldn't pick him up from the airport, and it was different. That's what I said. You took it out of context to mean this.
Wait, were you saying that verbatim said that? Was that... Did you not
I
just say
verbatim said, I know what I said. And
You know,
like,
Tony.
here you are, just lying yourself. Worse, you're making shit up that's not even remotely true. This never happened. Okay? So the morals that you say that you have do not exist. You
I
are
wish
just
you
a
would let me-
Destiny
wish you
hater,
would let me ask
and you will
him
use
first.
any tool in your toolbox to come at anyone else while using the same thing against other people. Okay?
No,
I
that's not
never
true.
said that. I
That is not
never
true.
said this. I never said this.
You want me to delete the tweet right now?
I want you to not be what you claim to be so
Dan.
high and mighty. You're just the same as
Actually,
me.
no, that's
You
not. I
just-
don't. Because the thing that you just admitted to saying is, like, to me, essentially the same.
Oh,
As a-
wait.
you would
so
do something
you're
utterly ridiculous. Utterly, you said. I remember
he would rape
specifically
his-
you were
kill
mentioning
his
about your
family?
family. I remember you said that he could do stuff to his family.
I can't have that many.
We're moving the
interrupters
goalposts
in
so
the
far
call.
here.
Friends with
You're Dan Saltman, the deranged
No, you're trying to
doctor
prove-
harasser, who
You
said
are.
Destiny
You
could
are.
rape and kill his entire
You
family.
essentially did. From my recollection, that's what you said.
Oh, well,
I didn't
from my
lie when I wrote
recollection-
that.
Okay, well, from
My
my
recollection is
that's-
incorrect. Because you tend
Tony,
to like delete all your shit.
You are not only are you worse than me, you
Dan,
are by
that's
far
not true.
worse.
That's
You're
not
making
true, Dan.
This doesn't
That's
even have a
not
basis
true.
in reality.
You
This
just
never happened.
affirmed the clip. You just affirmed it. You just repeated the stuff you
No, I
said.
didn't. Loner, I need you to step in here because like I feel like I'm losing my marbles here. I've never said that.
I'm only okay. I'm stepping in if we can make it one claim at a time. So this is
Okay.
about what?
So I'll send you the link here. There you go.
Oh, chat, GG chat. Who's winning right now? Tony or Dan Saltman? Who's winning? Make a poll right now.
Destiny
I
can
know
rape
what I
and
said,
kill his
'cause I was
entire
there.
family, and he wouldn't stop being friends with them. And what
And
did
you also,
what was
like,
actually
delete
said?
and redact everything.
So that is a untrue statement.
No, what was actually said that he's referring to?
Oh, what did I say? I think on an Anything Else episode, maybe like a year ago, I was like, I'm the type of guy, listen, if you kill someone, I'll help you hide the body, but I'm not gonna fucking pick you up from the airport, okay? Go fucking pay for, like, my time's worth more than that. Go fucking pay a taxi to do it. That's what was said.
Was that like metaphorical, or what's the context of that of that statement?
Of course it's metaphorical. You think I'm gonna risk my fucking freedom for Destiny to hide a fucking body? No, it was meant to imply something serious. Like, listen, if you really have something serious going on, I'll fucking help you out. But like, I'm not gonna fucking pick you up from the airport. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
now,
what I
the
thought.
idea that
Okay.
I said, now I want you to just think objectively here. Is there a world where if someone raped and killed my family, I'll still be friends with them?
I don't
How
know.
long,
Is
how
there?
long
You
have they been
tell
your
us.
friend?
Okay,
Shut the
so
fuck
there's
up.
a lot.
Goddamn.
Like, it's a little upsetting here, I guess. Lonerbox, like this is like something that never happened. I'm being accused by this guy of lying.
I mean, that was my
right?
first thought. So when I heard the hide the body thing, that sounded like a metaphor to me. But okay.
Yeah, of course it's a
But it
fucking
seems
metaphor.
like,
I'm not going to risk my
It
fucking
is
freedom.
metaphorical. It's like a metaphorical statement to say that you are willing to do anything.
It's a
for this, like,
metaphorical.
for this one person.
No, I am not going to. I'm not going to risk my freedom to do something.
Well, you said you would. That's what you said on stream. You just said yourself that you said this thing. I understand that it's I understand that it's metaphor, but it's a really weird thing to say.
It's not. It's a
What,
like
that you would help-
completely explainable metaphor. I don't know what was
Well,
wrong.
yeah,
with
it is explainable, but you
The
just being
idea
an endless
is to go
sweeper
out
for
there and
this
be
guy.
like, no. The idea is to say something like, if there's something really serious and you really need my help and it fucking matters a lot, I'll be there and I'll help you.
Like what? If
But
he
don't-
murders somebody? If he murders somebody?
That's called being a hypothetical. That's exaggerating something to
It's
make
called
a
being a
point on that
friend and
front.
somebody. He's like, what? So do you think I was doing that when I was saying that you would? You're okay
You've
with
said
Destiny
something
raping and
here.
killing your family.
Dan's saying that what he said was kind of like a hyperbolic saying.
It's
Basically,
like,
him saying
I
that,
understand
basically
that
him
it's
saying like
hyperbolic.
he's
I
saying that he's
understand
claiming to be very
hyperbolic.
loyal, but not loyal enough to actually hide a body. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and not only that,
metaphorical.
you didn't even
It's like, you
repeat
know, when
what I
you're like
said.
when you tell someone you like, they're like, oh yeah, I'd die for you. But like,
Hold on.
when the train comes, I'm pushing
Lonerbox.
you in front. Like, what?
He didn't even say what I said. He just made up something. It's just a complete
didn't.
lie.
I remember seeing the stream live, and I was going from my memory. I remember you had mentioned him doing stuff to your family, and I remember you had mentioned you would be okay with him murdering people. I understand that these are not like, this is what you actually think. I understand that it's like an expression of, you know, being friends with somebody who does a bad thing. I understand that. But like, these are extreme,
You're fucking with me
weird
right now.
statements.
I've said something that's true. Okay, I've said something that is true with about in the past.
Doing the thing you say things that
You
are
are
true that
saying
add up to
something-
lies.
Okay, so
Okay, wait, fuck you. Okay, fuck this. Wait, hang on. First of all, yeah, I think the Tony tweet on that instance is fucking stupid. That's just not what was said.
No,
not stupid.
It doesn't even fucking imply what was said.
Do you
Okay.
want me to delete it? Is that what you're saying? Do you want me to delete it?
No, I want you to know that you're worse than I am. That you have no right.
Well,
to
that's it. Wait. Fuck me. Hey. That's not the next bit. So the next bit is though, Dan, you keep doing this thing where you're saying like, I just say things that are true. Well, okay, bro, if you're in fucking Weimar, Germany, okay, and there's someone going around being like, oh, did you know that Jews are only this % of the population, but they own this much of the banks? Did you know that X number of murders were done by Jews in this city of Berlin from the year 1931 to 32? Did you know that like last year, about 200 women were raped by Jews? These could all be factual things. But obviously, what are you saying when you say all these things, right? What are you telling the world when you put this
Yeah,
out
you say
there?
Hassan.
Yeah, I understand the implication of what I'm saying and the narrative that I'm pushing when I'm doing it. I understand that, but I haven't lied. I haven't said anything.
Is the
untrue.
narrative honest?
Okay,
Is the standard thing that people draw from that story that you tell about the brothel, is that honest or not?
Standard narrative of the brothel?
Yeah.
Well,
Like you said, what do most people hear when you say that?
well, first off, number one thing is that Hassan is paid for sex at a brothel, which is kind of creepy already. Yes. So I've already set the stage by saying that.
Okay, I don't know why you're taking so fucking long to say this. What you're saying,
I'm trying to flesh out my whole thing here. It's like you don't want me to say it.
The complete picture that you are constructing when you say that is that Hassan fucked a trafficked minor in a brothel.
That he could have. It's possible.
Okay.
Wait, so you're
Well, as long as it's possible, eh?
what a wheezy little liar, dude. What a fucking wheezy little liar. Okay, can someone? What the fuck?
But there's a
Okay, but
difference
that's-
between that, right? There's a difference between that versus just what Tony here, who is so
Going
apparently
by memory.
Yeah, as long as it's possible that the
Quoting you,
Mossad
you
pays
were
me,
saying
you
that
know,
you were-
as long as it's possible that the
Yeah,
state
but
of Israel
like,
pays me, I guess people can
but-
just fucking yap on it, eh? Sorry. Jesus.
But then you can agree with like me and Lonerbox, right? We're part of the most like charitable motherfuckers in the goddamn BC, all right? Compared to Tony, he a little
Wait,
bit.
no, Dan, you said
Little
that in
goofy.
spicy chat. I remember that.
I did not say it. You're wrong.
You did say that. You did say that.
There's no
You did
chance.
say that. You
It's-
fucking
It's
redacted
like
it.
the most retarded
You fucking
thing.
redacted it.
The
You
only
said
way.
you said dumb shit in spicy chat all the time when you were in there.
Okay, so what's
You always talk about it's the game.
All right,
This
great.
is the
Wait,
greater
you know what?
good. Said
Hold
this
on.
is the greater good. It's
No,
like you don't need to do
Nope,
this. It's,
that's not true. But I'm gonna humor you, even though it's not true, and what you said is a lie. If I said that, which I did
and
not,
I didn't lie. I didn't lie.
You did. Then source
I
it.
didn't. I did not. You
Oh my
redacted.
god, bro.
Okay.
You're the one who
So
deletes
to
the
be
evidence.
clear, you're implying that I would remain friends with Destiny if he fucking raped my family and killed them. That's what you're saying. That's what you're implying here.
No, I'm implying that you are an endless sweeper.
Dan
for the
Saltman,
guy.
the deranged
This is
officer
obvious.
harasser who said that
But you are.
Destiny could rape and kill his family and he
That
won't
is something
stop
you
being
said.
friends with him.
That is
I
something
ne-
you said.
So you're just being however much not charitability that you want to give to me, like it's yours is worse than that. Okay?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
It is.
Should
Should we
I think
take a
it's a
poll
bad
in
thing.
chat?
I think the chat's always going to be against me.
Make a poll.
I don't know what to say. It's
Don't act like you're right just because chat would vote against you. That's kind of cringe.
It's indisputable that what you've done, okay, is worse in any way than anything that I have said so far to Hassan. Not only because I did not say this, but second off, it would be such a obvious joke if it was said. Not that it was said. Why the fuck would someone say that? It's
Wait,
like
Dan, are you in a Discord dedicated to doxing?
I'm glad that you asked that question. No. Have you said that so I can disprove that lie?
I was just.
This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Dan, I was
Doxing
just
Discord.
doing this, all right?
No. Thank you for
Post
asking
this
that.
in general.
Thank you for asking that. This is perfect.
Post this in general. We have
Yes,
some screenshots.
post it. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, you're about to find out that this is from.
Yeah,
Guess
I was
what?
just
On.
sent this. I don't know what this is.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's gone, bro. It's gone. No, tun.
It's in general.
No, but it's gone though. Like I can't interact with
Like
it.
there's so many tweets
What?
you're gonna have to delete for not telling the truth here. It's disappointing.
Like, what do you mean? Tell me which ones.
Well, this one right here.
Oh.
This screenshot right here that you're posting, unfortunately, is not what you are doing in this situation. It is
Wait,
not
Tony,
that.
but
What
isn't
is it?
Hassan's
Is it
dad
fake?
like part of a political party? Like, come on, like, come on.
It doesn't matter because this is not only is this not true. This is a photoshopped one,
Is it
and the Discord
photoshopped?
that it was in was for the creation of the Advertise on Twitch website.
Okay, I was just sent this. I don't know exactly what this is. I
You're
don't
just
know
doing,
about
you're
the
doing you're
Photoshop.
doing actual fake news
No, I
right
was
now.
no.
Have
Okay,
you posted
then,
about it before?
If it's
Let's see.
Dan, if
In all fairness, he asked you as a
incorrect,
question.
and you can debunk it. That's. I'm being told it's not photoshopped. I don't know if that's true or
Oh,
not.
I've been
don't
told
know
something
enough.
about the fucking Trump thing. Wow, you're telling me this for the first time? Dude, you are just a Destiny hater. That's it. You're just a Destiny hater, and anything that I understand, but anything that fits your narrative, you don't care about. You'll just push it that way.
Dan, if this is wrong, I'm not going to continue. Dan, if this is wrong, I'm not going to continue using it. That's the difference.
Gotcha. So with the
I don't know if this is right or not.
Dan, so you believe that I would let Destiny fucking kill my family and I'd remain friends with him?
No, I don't literally believe that, Dan.
Okay, why would you post it then?
Literally
what's the implication of you? What's the implication of you posting that?
The implication is that you're a deranged sweeper who will sweep endlessly no matter what Destiny does.
Do I still have a show with Destiny?
No, you don't have a show with Destiny, but you have a show on Destiny's platform with another one of Destiny's guys. You haven't disavowed Destiny.
Now?
You haven't. No, Destiny owned Destiny. Isn't Destiny still a partner on that? What is it? Anything else?
No.
The show's named Anything Else? No, he doesn't own it.
No.
Okay,
Boy, it's just a lot of L's in a row for you here, isn't it?
Then it's called Anything Else. This is a famous Destiny catchphrase. You're on there with Mr. Mooten.
Destiny does not own the show.
Oh, so he has no ownership in the show. Is that what you're telling us right now?
Correct.
Okay.
Put it on Allah right now.
Anything else?
Moses, put it on Moses.
Boom.
Put it on Moses right now.
Can I ask? So is the point
Wait,
just
hold on. Is this the person that was the...
Dan can't criticize Hassan because Dan is bad and likes Destiny? Like, I just want to clarify.
I think the original issue from Tony was that Dan sometimes uses attacks on Hassan that are dishonest or dishonestly framed, because you're doing the whole like, well, everything I say is factual, but then obviously it's leading to a dishonest conclusion.
I feel like the whole
Actually,
I agree with that.
I'm going through your tweets here again. Dan goes on to repeat Tectone talking point that he was banned for 2 weeks for calling someone fat. Tectone was banned for sexual harassment. Nope, I know the exact reason because I've seen the message. So that's another piece of fake news that you've done.
Well, then,
so that's the second one. I'm going to keep going through your tweets. I'm going to call out everything you've said that is false.
Tectone was sexually harassing Frogan in the clip.
I saw the exact message.
What exact message?
We're going to
you
keep
saw
going through
private
them
information?
here. You can go through each of these
What
message?
What message? No, Dan, what message? What message?
Where you said that she was a fat piece of shit.
What do you mean the message? It's the clip that I posted.
Oh,
where he's sexually harassing her, saying that nobody, only the Big Mac is going to see the inside of her. That's the stuff that he said. The clip that is attached to the tweet that Dan is accusing me of
I don't see no goddamn
lying
tweet. Is there suggestions?
I'm just going through this thing. Hold on. See, what else do we have in here?
Not two-tone, Tectone, the bald guy.
This one is pretty fucking crazy, man. He could fucking kill my family and I'd be friends with him. I don't know how you could have that tweet out there and then come at me for anything ever. Like, your whole thing is like, Dan, you're implying something pretty heavily here.
It is actually true. That's what we're sort of finding. Is it? Wait, is it true?
Would you say that you were lying there? I never said that. So you're lying.
Dan, is it true that this Discord wasn't? You said it was for Twitch or terrorist? It wasn't doxing.
No, advertise on Twitch.
So it was for okay. So were you doxing this
LonerUnboxed
thing?
game.
Nope, we were not.
LonerUnboxed the game.
Because that's what it.
Nope, I would. No, yeah, that's what it is. Like, fucked up Photoshop to look like, or edited to look like. And actually, you can go in there.
How do we know this is Photoshop?
I don't know how I can prove a fucking negative on here. Like, this was a channel that was set up for the advertise on Twitch website for people to get clears.
Like, Dan, you can subpoena Reddit. You can sue them and say they're lying about me.
Are you?
Why not?
Why not do that? You want me to be subpoenaing, suing everyone that says something wrong about you?
You're the one who's subpoenaing, suing people. You're the one who sued the guy for calling you a pedo and then read his name out on JStock's stream.
Fucking based, yeah. I regret fucking nothing of that. Use that clip.
That's why.
Sorry,
I do use that clip.
I don't give a shit. If you're fucking an anonymous nobody that thinks you can fucking slander someone, I genuinely do not care. Like, people hide behind this idea that, like, oh, I'm just an anonymous communist kitty cat photo. You can say whatever you want. No, not really. You can't. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so yeah, this is just bullshit. I don't know what to tell you.
You're saying that this is You're saying this is bullshit, but you just said that it was for. So some part of this is real. Which parts of this are Photoshop?
Let's see.
Oh, the Dan DM.
Oh, you can see the very first one. Look. So the very first thing. Look how stupid this is. It's they fucked it up because they edited my thing and then they didn't do it. So it looks like I'm fucking talking to myself. This is why it's so funny. So the very first post in there, Turkey backs Palestine and they don't like America. It's just a funny theory, blah, 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 blah. So if you don't care about this hard proof and blah, blah, blah. And they cut off their name, right? Because it's like, this was like some Hassan op that came in here doing that. But then when you look below, look, it's someone in there saying, I'm going to research, replying to me. Like I was the one going in there. But then if you go down a step down later, it's like, okay, step 1, 100% confirm it's his dad. Step 2, answer the question, who is his dad? So I'm sorry, am I like asking myself questions here? That's why I'm saying the thing was photoshopped and edited. When I say photoshopped, I mean they went into the
goal of this Discord is to dox this person.
It wasn't.
You're saying,
I already said
outlining
that.
the steps.
You're making.
You said that it was for this website that you were working on. What, Twitch or Terrorist? Something
How many
like that.
times do I have to say this again? Advertise on Twitch.com.
It's because all your stupid fucking websites blend together. I don't give a fuck.
Phenomenally successful.
All right. Phenomenally successful. Yeah, is Dan Clancy getting fired?
Hassan
Wait, can I show this on? Can I show this on stream because it's
no, I wouldn't. It has people's names that didn't want to be associated anymore. Loner.
Who's the person who's allegedly being doxed here? This isn't that Gato guy, is it?
No, it's not Gato.
Okay.
But the screenshots don't put up because one of these people like fucking exited the DGG community out of getting harassed by people.
Oh,
bro, fucking leftovers. HD, they got a fucking Lonerbox tag on the Reddit. That's fucking crazy.
But as I said, the same level of charitability that you want me to give, you won't give. So,
Dan, you're saying this stuff is Photoshop, but you're arguing about like.
You're going back to another topic here. We just want to keep moving on. Whenever you're caught in a corner, you started this whole thing by saying that
we're not moving on.
We're not moving on. This whole conversation by saying that I lied about stuff, and then when I say where do I lie, but then I find posts of yours actually lying, like actually.
I am not lying. I have not lied. I have not lied.
So
that's what we found in this conversation. Because I have not lied.
You have lied.
You just said this is Photoshop. You just said this is Photoshop.
This is a lie. This whole Dan Saltman has said that Destiny could rape and kill his family, and he would still be friends with him. That's a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. No, I haven't said it. I haven't.
You did say that is spicy.
No, I haven't. I didn't say it. You're lying.
Then pull it up. Pull it up. Pull up your logs.
Pull up something that doesn't exist?
Yeah, because you fucking redact it, you coward. Because you're always like hiding the things you say. Always hiding the things you say.
This doesn't exist. This is a lie.
I saw it, Dad. I don't know what to tell you.
You are lying right now.
I am not lying. If I am,
you know what? Fuck it, Tony.
What?
Let's try. Like I don't know what to say to your situation anymore.
I don't know, Dan. I just wish you wouldn't lie.
Do redact logs get saved by redact? Like, do you have access to them?
People?
Do I have a log of me not saying something? No, I'm afraid I don't.
That's not what I asked. I asked if when you redact things with redact, does it keep the messages somewhere?
If you have archive enabled.
Do you? Did you?
No.
Do you?
Oh, shit.
But I'm sure if I said something that inflammatory, there would certainly be screenshots of it all over the place. You should certainly be able to pull up one or two, right? That seems like something that if I was said that, it would be clipped and shipped all over the place.
Dan, you said a lot of stuff in Spicy, and people aren't always reading it. Because you just tend to like go in there and ramble.
This is maximum cope. This is maximum cope.
Oh, this is not maximum
cope.
Your
life is built.
You know that screenshotting.
Your life is built around hating Destiny. That's it. You don't have anything else going on.
Hating Hassan.
No, wrong. Actually, I have a
sitting here drinking and arguing with people like me.
I have
arguing with people like me.
This is why you hate me. I have an employee.
I hate you for lying.
Company with 30 employees.
Lying and doxing.
More successful than Hassan. I have a great family, great house, love where I live, great family, the whole thing. You, sad, unloved, jerking off to child porn, I'm guessing. I don't know for sure.
Hold on.
You just called me a pedophile? Dan, you just called me a pedophile.
You see what I said there?
You just called me a pedophile.
No, I said I was guessing.
You just called me a pedophile. No, you didn't. You just said I am a pedophile.
No, I didn't.
That's a lie.
I didn't.
He implied that you could be one, which is also terrible, but he did not say you were one. Let's be autistic. Why not?
Yeah, sorry. You got to get better at the game, Tony. That's the fucking problem. You're out here
the game
playing
is not
checkers, I'm
lying,
playing chess.
and I have,
Well, you should
I have
try it.
principles, Dan. I have principles.
I can see. I'm
believe
looking
in the
at him
truth.
right here.
I
can see
believe
it
in
right
the
here.
truth.
Dan and Tony right now, Lucky.
I can see your principles right here, where you just say shit that's made the fuck up. You know, why
No,
don't you?
it's not
I'm
made
on
up.
Sora.
It is not made up.
Just start fucking ChatGPT and
It is
shit.
not
at this
made
point.
up.
Just
is
like
not made up.
literally deep
Basing everything off of the clips, trying to represent the clips as accurately as I can.
Okay, show me proof this happened then. That was your whole thing with proof.
Proof of what?
That I said this thing.
No,
that
you were the
Destiny
one
can
constantly
rape and kill my
demanding
family.
proof. You said it
So
in
you have no
spicy, and then you redacted it.
So there's no proof then.
You deleted it.
Okay, well I saw in spicy that you said this and did this. Then like it's like so this is delusional. It's not a free pass for you to. Just
I don't
say whatever
delete
the
my
fuck you want.
logs in spicy chat.
I hate to be that
literally-
guy,
I don't
but
hide
you
from the
prove he
things that I
deleted
said.
it.
Like I don't know what to tell you except that like you saying something that I've never said and saying that I said it is
Dan,
a
this is
little
my
delusional.
recollection. Dan, this is my
Okay.
recollection.
All right, well, good. I'm glad that you have
And
this
also,
recollection.
you were saying that this thing is photoshopped,
It is.
and then you're saying that it's real at the
You
same
wanna
time.
move-
Like the thing that you used
I'm
it
saying that the
for
people in there they
advertisement on
photoshopped.
Twitch.
Yes, I understand that you want to move it off of this subject
And
because
you're
it's
doing
very
the-
painful for you.
No, Dan, you're saying I want to
You
move
don't
it back
want to talk
to
about
the
you
lie that
saying
you
something
just
that's
told.
untrue anymore, right?
Everyone
You want
is
to move on
100%
something else?
confirmed it
Remember
was
when we
bad.
started this conversation? We started this conversation
bad.
with you saying. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, are
Bro,
people
I'm gonna
people sending me screenshots now as well? Where was this?
Dan Salman.
Loner says
my
he's
Jewish
a.
brother.
Hang on, I'm reading a
Okay.
DM or a Discord log. I don't know where this is from. Loner says he's above it, and the purity testing lefties and the drama people suck. But then he goes and watches 8 million hours of Hassan. The drama stuff obviously affects his emotions and his actions and probably his views. Oh no.
Ooh.
From,
First of all,
Teeny
this is
Tiny
like
Toner?
a nothing. I don't give a fuck about this, but
Ooh.
oh no.
It's just a thought that I had. I remember
Can
you
I-
were
can I
talking
give,
about
Yeah.
Can I give my boy
People are
Tony a
thoughts.
word of advice here?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend I'm not on Team Dan, but I understand that like if somebody said something and you saw it, like if it's not available for other people to see, it's just not even worth bringing up, even if it's true. Because otherwise, just anyone can just
Can I
say,
just
"Oh, you
delete
said
the
this
tweet?
thing,
It's
but
the
you
best thing
deleted
to
it."
do. I can delete the tweet if it's that bad.
No, nobody. I don't think anybody cares about.
Wait, Tony, can I ask you a
tweet.
question real quick? It's about
Yeah.
the Hutch shit. So, what was your? It was Hutch responding to Ogre Boy, which is pretty. No, Tony, you said you replied under Hutch, and you said, "Why do you feel like it's important to talk about the Hassan card thing, but you were resistant to talking about the Destiny CSAM stuff?" Question mark. You said Hassan kept telling ridiculous lies, which is true, but it's also true for Destiny in his dramas. Why talk about the only one so much? Question mark.
Can you send that to me
So what
so I
was-
can read it on the stream?
It's in the
Right.
it's in the ad here already. Stream suggestions.
Stream suggestions. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ah. What's Hutch saying here? Why do you feel like it's important to talk about the Hassan collar thing, but you were resistant to talk about the Destiny CP stuff? You said Hassan kept telling ridiculous lies, which is true, but it's also true for Destiny. His dramas. Why talk about only one so much? Okay. Good question. Why did you bring this up, Spider?
Huh?
Why did you?
I mean,
bring
like,
this up?
why? Oh, it was just my question for Tony. Like, why are you mad at Hutch for just talking about the Hassan stuff?
Well, I have some disagreements with the way that Hutch handled the stuff when Destiny came out with his thing. I think he was dishonest.
Like what?
I've had an interest in making like video essays and stuff, and I was thinking of making one talking about some of my disagreements with Hutch.
I mean, when you say the way he acted, what do you mean?
So there were some of it relates to the Pixie stuff, and Loner said he didn't want to talk about that.
Can I ask the room a question on a general vibe?
Yeah.
Do people think that because like we know that Hassan's community will dox people and shit and just go after them, but I wonder, do people become more at risk for that, to being targeted for attacking Hassan or defending Destiny?
I feel like if you defend Destiny, you're kind of just throwing a gulag. I'm not gonna hold you, but I feel like for Hassan, since he's kind of popular They're more lefty-ish. You kind of get like more shit on like in DMs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think personally, but this is my view on certain stuff.
Because from what I've seen and observed, I think people are more at risk for just getting the shit harassed out of them for defending Destiny as opposed to attacking San. Like, I can't prove this. This is just a vibes thing, but
like which people defending Destiny? Do you have any particular instances?
Yeah,
of
like
doxing
this.
in mind?
Well, I mean, just what like the streamers say happens. I have to just take their word on it. But like to me, this would be why Hutch would stay away from that issue. Whereas he's comfortable going after Hassan for the dog collar thing. Plus, so many people are jumping on the shot collar thing that like it's out of control. It's a wildfire, and you can't target like half the internet.
Has Hutch said he been doxxed for defending Hassan? I mean, Destiny or what? Or supposedly defending Hassan?
Yeah.
I mean, not Hassan,
It was
Destiny.
BE doxed all the progressive victory people. Hutch was one of those people. Like one of the. Actually, I don't want to.
No, but Lawson said that like, based off the vibe that he's seen, he said that people who defend Destiny are supposedly getting doxxed.
But they were
compared to.
Well, not just doxxed, but
they
like
were
just,
getting
like targeted, harassed, like shit like that.
Yeah, that round of doxes was from Bad Empanada for.
No. I'm not talking about Bad Empanada. I'm not talking about Bad Empanada. You said Lawson said in general.
But that specific doc, I know what the instance he's referring to. It was about doxing all the people in progressive. Yeah, it was Bad Empanada tweeting out. Bad Empanada doxing all the progressive victory. I don't like talking about.
That was over like the Israel IP fucking.
Yeah, that was over. So I don't think that was.
I don't think it was about like Destiny.
I mean, I would ask then, if Destiny was never involved in any way in progressive victory, do we think that progressive victory would have received the same amount of like shit that it did?
I think it would. Without Destiny.
Okay.
All these people hate Destiny, but I think like BE has gone after Lonerbox a lot. I know that.
Yeah, BE's a whole different type of breed.
He's
but again, just to be clear, attacks that are against me don't typically get amplified all the way across as much as they do when Destiny's involved as well. There's a reason that when Bad Empanada made his videos about me, he would always make them about Destiny as well, right? Because that was what got it at Hassan's doorstep. Like that's obviously what happens, right? Like no one gives. These people don't give a fuck about me in isolation, right?
Yeah, but again, like it's like I know Dan was saying, like I like Hassan. It disgusts me that Hassan brought on Bad Empanada.
You have
it disgusts me that he boosted
defending the Duke Law defense.
Yeah, because that was the day of. That was what I saw in the clips.
Okay.
I think the Duke Law defense was reasonable at the time. I haven't followed that much of this drama to know if it.
Listen, if you're gonna hate Destiny, just focus on hating Destiny. Leave me out of it. All right?
Dan, I like you. I think you're a funny person. You have all these like redeeming qualities. Yes,
funny looking too.
Dan, just please stop doing the crazy shit. You don't have to lie. You don't have to do the doxing.
I agree with you. You know what? I agree with you.
You don't have to play the game.
Well, no, you do have to play the game.
You can have fun and have principles at the same time, Dan. It's okay.
You have to play the game. You lie. You have to play the game. I don't want to say like if you don't play the game, you're like so tied, just fucked, right? Do I personally care about Kaya? I could give a fuck about Kaya, just like I could give a fuck about Lonerbox's dog or anyone else's dog. I ain't met the motherfucker. I don't like watching animals get hurt, but I don't care about other people's dogs. Not in the slightest. I don't care. Like, I don't want it to happen, but it's not like I have a personal relationship with the dog. So, and neither does anyone else who's talking about this issue. They don't know Kaya. They don't know the fucking dog, right? They care only on a broad spectrum. As much as I care is that I don't want animals to get hurt. Okay? Like, that said, yeah, it's fair to push this because it hurts Hassan, and Hassan is a bad person. And the goals are accomplished as a result of that.
Do you remember, like, I think the first thing I said when I came in the conversation was, why are you pretending to care about the dog?
I mean, but I care about the dog as much as I care about anyone else's dog getting abused. I don't want it to happen.
I understand.
It's like I actually can very easily watch like a video of someone's head getting chopped off, but if I even see someone animal getting fucked with, I actually get very upset. I can't watch it.
I understand. I know. I get the same.
Okay.
Man, fuck that
sounds
dog,
like
bro.
we're on the same. Look, we can
Sure.
both agree that moving forward, your efforts are best spent harassing. What? Who do you hate? Erudite, I'm guessing.
I'm not trying to I don't want to harass. I just talk my shit. I stay like on my little Twitter that nobody looks at. I make my funny, like goofy little edits. I'll make my stupid little videos, and it's just for fun.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
but I'm
seen.
not
Sounds
here.
kind of like Ogre Boy. Like, oh, I don't even really try. Like, I don't even really want attention. Like,
Interesting.
I don't even.
It's cathartic.
Wait, Tony, do you like Ogre Boy?
Do I what?
Do you like Ogre Boy? Ogre Boy? The
Ogre? I don't know. I don't know very much about him. He seems kind of funny in like clips and stuff, but
interesting.
I don't know. I heard he has like a Hassan tattoo.
You have a lot of strong opinions about certain people, and other people you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, the Dew Claw like sounded reasonable, and I don't know about this guy. And
yeah, I have stronger
It's very
opinions about
obvious.
things I've read more into. I haven't seen much from Ogre Boy, so I don't have a strong opinion on it.
To be fair,
Yeah, but
Ogre
there's
Boy's
a
like a
choice of
literal
what you
fucking
read
nobody
into,
on
right?
the internet. Yeah, but Ogre Boy's like a literal nobody on the internet, right? Like, fuck.
DGG chat. This is for DGG chat. Ogre Boy, he's like a red emoji, lefty, communist, socialist retard, and he has like a Hassan tattoo. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Does he actually have a tattoo, or is he just like?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not a vegan. Yeah, I don't give a shit about. Like, I eat animals, right? That's the ultimate like thing. Like,
Okay,
you don't
Dan,
care.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Another Tony tweet here. Oh no, I have a feeder.
I fucking hate DGG chat. They're fucking brain dead.
Loner and
Holy
his
shit.
audience seem to think he won that Fantano exchange. Okay.
Wait, Tony, you're pro Fantano?
No, I'm not pro Fantano. I just think, like Loner, Loner, you were saying this is like a disagreement that I had at the time. Is like Fantano doesn't know about the stuff, and I would say that in the sense of like talking about the facts of it, you are above it. And it's like, so why are you writing this giant thing? I don't get it.
Tony.
Because he was
Bro.
trying to purity test me on my opinions about a conflict that he knows dick about, and that was just kind of irritating.
But why does it? But like, I get that it's irritating, but I think that
why not?
the only reason you responded was that it was irritating.
Why
no,
not
because
respond?
I think what I said in that
It's 'cause
comment
it's
was
beneath
actually because I think what I said in that comment was actually speaking to the feelings of quite a few people who have been in this situation where you try to you offer them like a little bit of like, here's some things I think about the conflict, like here's why it, like here are my opinions, and then you know that him just being like, oh, you should have, what about this dictionary definition of genocide? You know that that's a purity test. You know that's not good faith. So I'm like, okay,
it is.
and I know that I felt like I was speaking for quite a few people when I was just saying actually quite a few people who are far more like on the pro-Palestine side than me as well. Did kind of just feel like that was speaking to the experience that they've gone through as well, trying to talk about this conflict. So yeah, why not?
Like, yeah, I'm sure
Tony,
like they do. I know they do the gay purity testing or the annoying purity testing stuff. I do think it's beneath. I think it would have been better to just like make fun of him, meme out of it, rather than.
Oh, I was considering sending him this one. Where is it? Fuck. Am I going to find this tweet? It's been. Hang on.
Wait, Tony, are you like a socialist or communist by any chance?
No, I'm not socialistic. I'm liberal. I'm probably pretty closely aligned with people like Hutch. Like I have a lot of I tend to agree with him politically.
Interesting. Oh shit, Stardust, what the hell?
Hey,
Star, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, sorry. What's your thoughts on this whole conversation between Dan, Saltman, and Tony?
Well, I just want to remind people that with the Fantano interaction, that was completely started by Fantano basically slandering Lonerbox. So I feel like don't talk shit, don't get hit. So fuck him.
I really like your voice. It's like this is like a radio voice.
Oh, it's a little bit glazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of glazy.
Dan, you've heard me before.
No, it's changed, Stardust.
It has not changed.
It has not changed.
Something is different.
Stardust, did you rebrand again?
I didn't rebrand. I had an identity crisis.
I thought you were like small talk or something.
Yeah, I had an identity crisis for a little bit, and then I switched back. So.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out. She was like,
can you do us a favor?
It'll always be Star, no matter what. It's gonna have Star in there.
Stardust, can you do us a favor? Can you say calling out live from LBOX?
Shut up. Yeah. So just to remind you all, yeah, Fantano is a fucking loser. Who was basically just lying about LonerBox.
Fantano, Fantano sucks, and he was.
Wait. I don't think LonerBox has an obligation to just let somebody fucking lie about him.
No, but like, I think in things like this, it's better to just mock them because they do actually know nothing.
I think actually it was a better. I thought it was better for him to challenge him on it because clearly Fantano had nothing, like no rebuttal to LonerBox. It was substantial at all.
But everybody knew that at the start of it. Everybody knew it was just like nonsense, and Fantano was just like making stupid purity testing jokes. It's just like,
did everybody know that? Did everybody know that? Because like
I think
these
it is
are
clear. I think it's obvious from reading the interactions.
No, these are lies that are amplified by people much bigger than LonerBox. So yeah, no, he did the best that he could to dispel that, and I think he did it.
I don't know about doing the best that you could. I just wanted to have a go at Fantano. Jesus Christ! This is probably the first ever Twitter shit throwing I've ever had like scrutinized to this degree. Like such a strange number of people being like, I think that this interaction, I believe it was objective that you were destroyed. I think, what the fuck, man?
It was really unethical of you to respond to that.
You're right. It's
not.
No,
I'm not saying it was unethical. It was people brought up something that I said where I felt like LonerBox should have acted differently. It's a fucking stupid tweet about something that doesn't matter.
I mean, I feel like I feel like it matters a little bit, but I think yeah, it's a Twitter interaction. A lot of people just like throw shit out there, but I think it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you're a fucking yeah.
What?
What?
Sure, you are concerned.
Wait, sorry. What'd you say? Sorry.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. That was really mean. I shouldn't have done.
Mic cut out.
Your mic cut out.
Stardust was the person who sat there waiting for Purple Parrot Gaming to think of more insults for her.
Wait, Stardust. She
likes to humiliate herself a lot. She likes to humiliate herself. It's very, whatever. Wait, LonerBox, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you remember you watched a Willie Mac video a while ago that said
Purple Parrot Gaming made himself look like a crazy person.
Okay, Stardust, thank you.
That's not what I heard on Spicy Chat.
So Loner, you watched a Willie Mac video a while ago that talked about Willie Mac claiming that he was being doxxed by Queenman and his community.
Yeah, I don't believe
I think
he
you said
showed any evidence for that, did he?
Yeah, I think during your stream you said that you were going to reach out to Willie. Did you ever hear back from him?
Well, he's not in my Discord, and
yeah, he gone, bro.
Did I ask him on Twitter?
Sweet.
Maybe I did. Hang on.
I thought you asked him somewhere.
Can I ask
I
haven't
had a
on this?
response. Let me see.
About what?
About so I've hear this a lot, and I don't know what to do with it because similar to what Tony said, someone can say something and then they can redact it or delete it, and it's just like I've heard the same thing for the Queenman crowd. Like they'll dox people, they'll say shit, and then they'll delete it or redact it.
People, their narratives going around about the Queenman community, and it's sort of there's like Queenman does not avow doxing. Queenman does not support it at all. Like people have been banned from his community for it. There was a guy who posted that's true for Queenman's community, Spicy, pretty much all of these communities. The only place that has doxing is Kiwi Farms, and Queenman doesn't control what the people do on Kiwi Farms. Like Kiwi farmers who are known doxers are not allowed in Queenman's community. He bans them. He banned a guy who posted one BE tweet in Spicy Chat because he was showing somebody else something that had happened, and it was like a lapse of judgment. I know the guy's like apologized. He feels very bad, but that was an example of something that that Destiny repeated as being like this community are rampant doxers.
So
but it's just
so this is my problem though. This is why it's a tech question, because if I want to be in one of these communities like Queenman's and simultaneously have like an account on Kiwi Farms or something that I want to dox people on, to me this would be trivially easy to do and not get caught.
You could have like a separate account and a separate thing, but then like people don't talk about doxing in these communities. People don't do it. I don't do it. I don't avow it. I think it's like a terrible thing. if somebody's like on Kiwi Farms on one name and there's no way to link them to like a Discord user, how are you supposed to ban them?
Well, exactly. This is my problem too. Is like, again, if I wanted to do this, this would be extraordinarily easy to do and get away with. And like, all I have to do is just not say that I'm doxing this person or like this person should be doxed. Like, all you have to do is be a little careful with your language, and this is not difficult.
Like, yeah, but Queenman is careful with his language. He's always
Well, no, not Queenman. I'm talking about like his community.
His server's kind of
I think
like
his community
his server's kind of
echoes.
snarky though.
Well, they're snarky, but they don't. People don't avow doxing. But you know, snark from.
Well, but dude, you don't have to say I approve of doxing to like be guilty of this. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it could be like,
what are you telling me
like
that they're like?
There's a wink wink nudge nudge. Like,
but there isn't a
kind
wink
of
wink
sentiment.
nudge nudge. There isn't a wink wink nudge nudge.
I mean, so I've heard that there is. I've heard people say like similar to what you said, Tony. Like I saw DMs, I saw messages, and then they get deleted.
So I know the stuff you're talking about. You're talking about like a Destiny segment that he did. He was talking specifically about the thing that I mentioned, which was the only instance that he could point to of somebody being doxed, or was one of the only. And that was deleted. The guy was banned. He was banned in Spicy. He was banned in Queenman's Discord and YouTube, I think.
Well, I'm not talking about just the one instance, though.
But that was one of the instances that he used as an example.
Sure. Well, assume I'm not. I'm talking about this like outside of the scope of whatever Destiny says is going on.
Well, it's because it's like a Destiny narrative. I know the clip where it comes from. I saw him talk about it. The issue is that it just isn't true. Like there is no.
Well, this is my sure, but this is a problem. Like it's potentially a narrative, or it's potentially happening. The same thing that you were saying, like what Dan said, like potentially happened, but he redacted it, so like there's no proof.
Like sure, but
like everyone's just kind of taking someone else's word for what's going on.
Well, you're welcome to go into Queenman's Discord and look for people doing doxing. Like people don't do it.
I don't think that's the. I don't think that's the. So again, I don't really pay enough attention to this to have a strong opinion. But I think what people maybe notice, and I guess what I've noticed as well, because I still watch Queenman sometimes, is that like you obviously you can't dox in his server and or like endorse it anywhere. But then there is sometimes like this issue where more than once you will see in like Queenman's chat like a very frequent like referencing to like like notable Kiwi Farms doxers, right? Like people who actually dox lots of people on Kiwi Farms and have a reputation for being the ones to go and find their addresses and who are like everything else. And like so the fact that you can have like a wall of text from a chat spamming like affirmations of this person, it seems like there's a but I don't know how you moderate like an overlap like that. I don't know what you do.
I know.
But
I know what you're talking.
Like an issue, yeah.
You're talking about. Do you want me to not say the name? Is it?
You can say Blav if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're saying like W Blav. An issue with Blav is that like one is he will do doxing, which is like I think is terrible, but also I know that he's one of the big contributors to the Destiny thread. He's written a bunch of like big things. I haven't read the Destiny thread. I've seen like bits and pieces. But the thing with like talking about Blav is that he is. If you're covering Destiny, you wind up talking about Blav sometimes, and sometimes Blav wins. And because Queenman's community has a lot of people who dislike Destiny, and you know sometimes Blav gets one over on Destiny. Sometimes they'll say W Blav. So I don't know.
Yeah, but is there not also the understanding in again? I don't know how you moderate this. I'm just asking. Is it also the case in Kiwi Farms where some of these doxers are quite acknowledging of the fact that like the Queenman chat like glazes them?
I haven't read enough of the thread to know.
Okay. Also, I just want to again, but how you moderate that, I don't know, because if they're not in Queenman's community, they're just interacting in this weird,
I wouldn't necessarily
like,
fault
indirect
Queenman
way.
for this.
Yeah. Also, I just want to give a really huge appreciation for Mick in chat with the one W bad empanada. Like you're making a choice, you're making a fucking point in isolation. Very well done, retard. All right, sorry. Who else wants to say something?
Yeah, I mean, like Hassan would never say I approve of doxing, but like I would bet my life savings that Hassan does not give a shit about his enemies being doxxed.
But yeah, he brought on Bad Empanada, the doxer, he'll boost the
Yeah.
Couple times. Come on.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Bad
but I don't
Empanada's
think.
a terrible
Yeah, but
but,
that's
like,
not. Yeah, but
again-
Queenman's not watching. Queenman's not watching. Like blab
actually-
video essays.
Queenman
and
refuses.
endorsing them.
Queenman refuses to watch Bad Empanada on his stream. That's one
Sure.
of the things that he does. And one of the issues with Destiny's narrative about the Queenman and JStock communities is that he uses this narrative about them being doxers to justify Destiny's campaign of doxing against them.
Mhm. So
like,
yeah, but
I don't-
I personally have seen that happen in like on Justicle's community end, and you know a couple other places. I've seen it happen, but like I don't have like screenshots, and I don't have like I can't prove what I saw.
You've
That's
seen-
why I'm in this like that's why
But
I'm in
people-
this shitty place where like I know what's going on, but like what's the point of even bringing it up if I can't prove it?
You saw, what did you see there?
I saw them openly like someone needs to track this guy down. Well, one of the messages was is someone on this was one of the messages, and everyone was doing the like winky face.
If you have that,
The
you should
JStock
send that
server?
to JStock. They should.
I don't have it. That's what I'm trying to say.
If
I
you-
don't. I
if you
can't
would-
prove it.
If you see stuff like that.
Oh, sorry. Just to
Facebook,
can we also? I would also just say if I'd rather move away from this particular thing because because I know that now that even we haven't like even just talking about like the Queenman stuff or like whatever else, like just this conversation is gonna get me in the fucking Kiwi Farms thread again. That's just I just can't be fucked with that. That's why I don't talk about a lot of this adjacent stuff anymore. Just so you guys know, like
sorry,
it's just like
I just
that
wanted to ask
relationship is
about
just
the-
fucking hanging. But yeah,
I want to add one more thing. You do never have this fear when you're talking shit. Not you, Lonerbox, not like you, but like the royal you. People never have this fear when they're criticizing like Destiny or somebody else.
But
That's another point I think
they do have
in
that
one
fear.
direction.
They do have that.
No, they say they do. They don't because it doesn't happen.
He does do doxing. He does it openly. I know Loner wants to move on from this though, but
yeah, I don't.
You know what?
necessarily know that
Doxing is
part.
bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
No problem.
okay.
Doxing is bad.
Okay. Do you have anything else we want to talk about, you guys? We got some. There were politics
were you
stream.
gonna? Were you gonna do a debate with? Were you gonna do some kind of debate on Wick about reform with Drew Pavlo?
Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
I'm looking
brother,
forward.
kill me.
Also, I wonder if this would have been a better response to send to Fantano when he sent me the genocide thing? Because this is just
Maybe.
speaking his own language as well. I can make a crack about how the N word is like in words that he understands because he loves the N word. You know.
Is it on your?
Hold on.
Hey, I'll put it on the thing though. Yeah. I'll share screen.
Lonerbox, who you think could win the debate, Tony or Dan Saltman?
I think they both kind of do a similar thing.
Low key,
with the
that
Dan
kinda
statement
goofy,
about
but
murdering
I'm
his own family and shit like that, and then I think Dan like hinging
I
on that
remember.
brothel
Not
story, and Dan hinging on that brothel story is really fucking dumb. Like, yeah.
he kind of fucked up with the whole brothel story.
I don't know. Like I get from more than one viewer, I get this whole thing about people who do this whole like, oh, but listen, I really hate Hassan. I don't think anything like any contention you've had over politics with Hassan is wrong or anything like that. I just don't you talk about him a bit too much, like, and then that sometimes escalates into like a thing of like people getting properly fucking pissy with me over. I don't really understand that because like, but yeah, whatever. I don't really care to try to understand it either.
I wanted to come on originally to talk about a broader topic of like when it's morally okay to use propaganda to fight against propaganda, but that's like a whole big thing. So,
whoa.
I mean, like the shit we said about Hassan is not really propaganda. It's just like the most brain dead shit he has said in the past.
Yeah.
well, like that's what Dan was doing. Dan is fighting Hassan's propaganda with his propaganda. I think is that fair characterization?
It's like lying.
Yeah, although I do
Lying.
think, again, I don't really follow Dan's crusades all that much because I think a lot of them are a bit cringe and annoying. But like, I don't know if I don't think I've seen personally Dan doing anything approximating like what Hassan does in terms of like allegations against people.
Oh, sure.
Is that true? Does
That's
anyone
what I'm saying.
disagree
Like,
with that?
I don't care what anybody really says about Hassan because it's like, I don't know. It's like lying about Stalin to me. Like, I don't care.
Whoa.
But to Tony's point, it does hurt your credibility, and rightfully so. So I don't know, like, what the
Especially if you're
what's the
against
answer?
someone who like you think is a propagandist and you're like you're trying to present the fact that the truth is on your side. Obviously it looks bad if you are dishonest about them. It looks extra bad
Yeah.
because it doesn't reflect badly on them if they're dishonest, like to the people they're trying to appeal to. Whereas to you, yeah, you're extra obligated to be more honest than they are. Yeah.
It's also like a point that I was trying to bring up is like you don't have to lie to make bad people look bad. You just like accurately represent the things that they say and do.
Yeah, but then some
I-
people go the other way and they feel like they need to be like almost like there's like an overcorrection. For example, like if anyone gets pissy at me for saying that Hassan wants to put people in re-education camps because he technically didn't say camps, I'm just gonna probably like not take that very seriously because in the context of the conversation, in the context of 100 years of history of communist movements and socialist movements, in the context of what his community believes in, if you push them hard enough, like it's probably okay to say he supports re-education camps. I don't know, fuck.
Should I
You know
read
what
the
I mean?
Eliza Banks tweet because I'm the only black person in the Discord.
Wait,
I have no further comment.
Azalea
singer.
Banks. She's she's
Was
a very
she like
complex.
is Fantano a fan? of
She's like
her?
a
No, she's like a rapper. Like yeah, she's a rapper.
like a rapper.
It's
She's
very
a YN, okay.
supportive of Israel. I don't even endorse this tweet 100%. I just thought like that would be a good meme to send Fantano.
Okay, Elizabeth Banks
because
said.
it's-
I think
because
he
he likes the
It would have been
N-word.
funny to send him that. It would
What?
have been funny to send him that.
Okay, that's good. It's good I've got a good understanding of what's gay and what's not gay to do on a Twitter spat. I don't know, man. Fuck. I feel like whenever I get into these like spicy chat things, I just feel like they've got their little line down the middle, and there's gay and there's based, and I've never been able to figure out how you get into the base and not the gay, but it's not really my
I don't know.
ambition.
People have all kinds of different views for stuff. I don't really understand it either, but
Just make sure you don't get gay showed.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Thanks for
go
your time,
for it.
guys. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, let me read the goddamn tweet. All right. Elizabeth Banks said, remember, I removed it.
well, I guess that's everything from me. So thanks for bringing me on, letting me talk to Mr. Saltman.
All good.
Hey, Toby, who won?
Take care, guys.
All right.
It
Well, you
was
were-
me and Spider who won.
True. You were want to read out this tweet, Spider. I sent it to you.
Let me retweet. Elizabeth Banks said, because Hamas is committing genocide, not Israel. Israel wants nothing more than to get them niggas away from their borders. From their borders, okay? This is replying to Ricky Hell. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, crazy shit. Wait, chat, you should make a YouTube chat and ask them like who won the so-called debate.
I will just say, just because it crossed my mind, like if you're
What happened?
I understand that like people can take issue with the things I choose to talk about in my streams and things I don't bother talking about, especially especially Americans. I can imagine Americans probably get frustrated with me not talking enough about Trump and talking too much about the Free Palestine shit and whatever. But like, man, if you're Jewish, like you should never let someone think that way about you, because at the end of the day, like if you're Jewish or like Israeli, like people like Hassan are obsessed with you. Like you're never going to obsess with him as much as he does to you. So, you know, there's that. And since my audience is 90% Jewish, I'm going to use that excuse. Okay. I'm going to human shield. We're human shielding with the Jews now.
I mean, you look kind of Jewish though. I'm not gonna let you.
I do, because it's the Levant, you know, we all look the same. Let's see.
The fuck, David's still in the waiting room? God damn.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. David, let's see.
Oh, brother.
What do you guys
Today, what
want?
you want to talk about? Hello, Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom.
Hello?
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Might be a bit past, I guess, where people were at, but I was kind of curious on like why, in a bigger picture, why you don't think you can be dishonest against the propagandist, or why that isn't not only the only effective strategy, but really the only like option you have to getting on their level.
You're saying why you shouldn't do it?
No, sorry. Why you should, like, why
Oh.
you should be somewhat dishonest.
Oh yeah, no. Who's saying that in here?
I'll steal man it. Fuck it. Why not?
All right, David, go ahead.
I think that there's a level of proportionality assessments that should be applied before doing this. But I think that you get to a point where it's not necessarily that you're making some grand scheme out of anything, but it's like if this person is specifically lying and making like fabricating entire stories, I think it's a proportionate response to talk about things that are actually true that do involve some sort of I would say that like I'm not very fond of like prostitution in any countries. I don't think it's a good vibe. Prostitution in terms of countries promoting it, in terms of people that are exploited and women, I'm never going to be looking down on them, rather the system that makes them do that. But in terms of that, I would say that Hassan, as a powerful guy that wants to have fun by, playing with hookers and doing that in Berlin, I find that to be like a little gross. And I think the fact is that it is okay to use that statement and be like, listen, this is a place that had a bad history. We don't know in 2010 whether or not there was something like that, because what was found was only from 2013. It doesn't say that didn't happen. And Hassan went to a place where this kind of exploitation was happening, and he did use those women for his own sexual pleasure by paying for them. And I think that's cringe and corny. And I think that you can say things that were maybe you can, I think you, like the average person is going to pick up something more nefarious than it actually is from there. It's more than likely like 70 to 80 to 20 that Hassan had zero clue there was anything wrong with that place compared to any other place. Probably even higher than that. But I think that it's not the end of the world for you to allow that thing to be up in the air when someone is such a dishonest hack like Hassan Biker. That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. I'm more saying that you go even further, and obviously, blatantly lying is not usually very effective. It's just it's hard to get unless you already have like an established lie that you can build off of. It's just that doesn't work very well. But the whole stretching the truth thing. So when Dan posts about that story, even if just an image, obviously the implication is that you're trying to rope in the much grander or worse thing, which would be the underage element that likely didn't happen, right? That didn't occur for almost certainly with Hassan. But
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Dan were a bit more nifty, okay, he would just have to say something like, yeah, I know that this is obviously leading to a conclusion that's wrong. I'm just using it to illustrate the fact that like Hassan accuses me of all these things. And like I can post this thing that's not even factually wrong, but obviously Hassan's accused me of worse with less. Like that's all he would have to say to make that okay. Like it just.
Why would you get to go that far though? That's like that make because at that point it's more just about like a personal beef. But I feel like it's like in a more like political sense, like how do you deal with a propagandist without just going to their level? Like there's no way that they're ever going to. You're fighting over the middle effectively, like people who either aren't aware of like the conflict between the two people or aware of your enemy or whatever. So like why would you always be holding yourself to a higher standard to a ridiculous degree than someone who doesn't have to play by that rule set? They're always going to come out better.
Well,
that's
the thing with propaganda though is like propaganda doesn't necessarily have to be like lying. Like it doesn't even have to be necessarily like the most dishonest framing. Like propaganda can happen in wars, for example. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be dishonest about what's happened. You just have to be more like selective of telling a story. But like the fact is that to some degree, and this is why lefties think they're being really clever when they're like, "Oh, everyone's a propagandist," really, because in a way, people are you can only ever present so much factual information. At the end of the day, like, you have to choose which facts matter to a story that you're trying to tell. And the fact that you're doing that is already kind of like omitting or taking things out. Obviously, when we use the word propaganda in common parlance, we're not using it to refer to the fact that, oh, well, I guess everyone, like someone who does a research paper is choosing certain bits of information and doing a conclusion. Like, obviously, we wouldn't call that propaganda just because not every like research paper has every fact in the world relevant even to the subject they're doing. That's why we tend to associate propaganda with the more kind of like egregious displays of that behavior and the more dishonest and misleading approach, like uses of that kind of like thing that we all use. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean by that, but the issue I would have is that what you're describing makes sense. There's obviously better and worse ways to do propaganda, but like, and you kind of see, I think, with like the liberal framework that's like currently trying to express itself and trying to claw back to relevance, and that when you do that, like that hyper honest and hyper, I guess, internally critical version of propaganda, you don't get to smooth out any of the edges that allow for someone like Hassan to have a much cleaner and more attractive narrative that ends up getting more people. I mean, there's a reason why people like Hassan blow up, and it's not just his looks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question, Metropolitan?
Sure, man.
I mean, do you think that like this idea of like fighting fire with fire, like Dan said, do you think that's, I understand that when we're talking about like Gavin Newsom wants to redistrict because they're redistricting in Texas, or even Destiny's argument of like, well, they're not going to disavow violence. Like, why should I be asked to like disavow violence every single time? They should have to say it first. You know, he's the fucking president, especially him, right? He sets the tone. But I agree with all that stuff, but I don't know if this applies to Hassan, and I don't know if this is like this idea of like, well, Dan needs to fight fire with fire when it comes to Hassan Piker, right? I think you could just focus on Hassan's bullshit and just the real things that you can point to and say are bad. I don't think you need to go to this the Artemis fucking Berlin club thing. It's a little silly to me.
Wait, I need to interject really quick. I think I figured out the best analogy to explain this, where you actually are still fighting with fire, and it still does make sense. You know how sometimes in a forest fire, there's like controlled burning in order to like stop the spread from getting to a certain place? I think that there's a way in which you can fight fire with fire, but you do it in a more controlled way, and you don't let yourself stoop to becoming a forest fire and burning everything down. And I think there's even cases where if you don't watch yourself, you can actually turn yourself into a forest fire. So you should be careful. But I think that it's okay to not be the most, like, not in terms of like blatantly dishonest framing, and you know that this is like not even close to what's happening, but rather like allowing like things to shape itself, and just taking something that's already kind of bad and like signal boosting it and not caring where that ends up being said, as long as you make sure you're not actually like fabricating things, and as long as it's not like blatantly like egregiously dishonest, I think you can.
I mean, I kind of like, I like some of like Dan's memery and stuff. Like, as long as you're just not, I don't like that, like leading a horse to water, but I didn't tell it to drink, you know, like Loner was saying earlier, like give them all the pieces, but like leave out the last one. That is annoying to me. And I feel like, I mean, I don't think LonerBox does that. And I think he does a good, it sounds like glazy. I don't mean to like sound, but like, I think he does a good job of like countering Hassan stuff or countering some of the extreme stuff from the far left. Like, I don't know why Dan can't be more like that. I don't think you need to imply like Hassan is a pedophile or something when you just nothing is there to imply that.
I guess the way I want to phrase it is that I don't really see it as fighting fire with fire. I think that's a reasonable approach, but I guess to be more clear from what I'm saying is that it's not fighting fire with fire. It's that at different levels and at different times in history, in like whenever you're engaging in a political dimension, different parts play by different rules. And I think the problem is with someone like Hassan, if you're not playing by the rules he's playing with, you're never going to win. Like, again, I'm a big LonerBox fan. I think he does a great job, but like someone like LonerBox is never going to be able to amass to that level, like most likely. No, not, I don't mean that in an offensive way at all. And then two, I don't think the rhetoric of someone like LonerBox is effective in the way someone like Dan is, where
you think Dan's better at like de-radicalizing Hassan viewers.
It's about winning the narrative, I guess. It's about getting more people to agree with the framing you're putting in.
Sorry, one second.
Man, if you get your DEI dog, bro.
Just to be
Anyway.
clear, okay, it was my research,
dog, bro.
Just to be
Anyway.
clear, okay, it was my research, according to that drama streamer, that started that basically exposed the taped up shot caller. Just to be clear.
Okay, yeah. The
Listen,
example being is
Lonerbox-
it's someone like you works really well in a network that can signal. That's why
I'm a weapons manufacturer, okay?
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not here
That's why
like
there are
fucking
different
throwing the
parts
bombs
have
and
different
shit.
rules. Where if you
We're
don't have
pro-war.
all the people who are so almost like I don't want to say aimlessly, but like what Dan is doing is not politically nuanced. In fact, it's probably like it's not very sophisticated behavior, and it does to a lot of people seem kind of like crude.
Lonerbox, can you tell your evil audience that I'm not going to go shock my dog just because he's barking at my someone coming to the house?
They're not telling you. They're
That's
just saying
crazy.
that they're just
No,
giving you advice.
Okay.
I feel like Mercy, you kind of lost a plot being a Tony Glazer. Okay, motherfucker, you lost the war. It's over. You
Dan is
lost the
posting
debate.
like a grandmother on Facebook. Yeah, that probably does sum it up quite well.
Okay, Dan kind of old though. Dan's kind of old.
Well, yeah, that's what was annoying about the wait, I'm not sure. Is that what you were talking about? Like, I was actually kind of excited to hear a conversation about the, like, okay, well, Dan kind of seems like he's sort of misleading people, and I'm all for, like, I'm even all for if Dan wants to make his whole identity like the Hassan and Dan Clancy destruction Twitter. Like, sure, go for it, as long as you're being truthful and accurate. But like, I thought it was like, oh, cool, like we're actually gonna have that conversation. But then I don't know, Tony kind of seemed a little like has his own stuff going on. I think he triggered Dan too much, and it kind of fell apart. So I feel like the good conversation that you could have had with Dan, I feel like didn't really get to happen.
I have another cooked analogy. I have a cooked analogy that's going to help us understand things again.
Oh wow, not another quick analogy.
Oh,
this you need this cooked analogy.
Anything like that.
Okay, so Hassan is Hitler in this scenario, and Dan is the United States.
Sorry, I just realized I'm I've been spending way too long talking about that shit. I was supposed to do a fucking oh god, new goal, guys, new goal. I'm so sorry. That's just just can't fucking oh shit.